Mr. K and Pete, what's going on? Good morning. Good morning to you all. Peace and blessings to you all. Yeti Berry's in the building. What's up, Yeti Berry? Dr. Kiki, what's going on? Good morning to you guys. Peace and blessings to you all. Darlene's in the building. What's up, beloved? So good to see you. Good morning to you. Peace and blessings to you all. Sefe, what's up, family? Good morning to you. Tracy's in the building. Let's go. Aquarian Goddess, what's up, beloved? So good to see you. Good morning to you. There's Otto, what's going on? Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Be where your feet are. Mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. No 50-50 zone. What does 50-50 zone mean? 50-50 zone means that you're physically rooted in the present moment, but mentally you are somewhere else. That's what 50-50 zone means. Be in the present moment. Your power is in this moment. It's not in any other moment other than the one you are in right now. Whatever it is you want to change about your life can only be changed in this moment. It can't be changed in the future, and it can't be changed in the past. That's where your suffering is coming from. Your suffering is coming the moment you take yourself out of the present moment, or you project something onto the present moment. Ellie, what's up, beloved? Good morning to you. So good to see you. Capo, what's going on? Good morning to you. No 50-50 zone. Be where your feet are. Tara, what's up, beloved? Good morning to you. Got my shot blocker defensive player of the year in the building. Good morning to you all. Good morning to you all. Peace and blessings to you all. Ellie, you said you feel amazing today. I love it. I love it. I love it. Today's the best day ever because it's the only day you have. Today is the best day ever. Today is the best day ever. Welcome all first and last time listeners. If you are, type me in the comments if this is your very first time on a live stream with me. If this is your very first time, type me in the comments. Let me say what's up to you guys real quick. Mike, what's up, Mike? So good to see you. Good morning to you. Neffy's in the building. Let's go. I love that, Ellie. I love that. 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 I love it. I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. What's up, Queen? Said you welcome to Lion School? Yeah, this is Lion School. This is TED Talk on steroids. Rocco's in the building. What's up, Rocco? This is a TED Talk on steroids. Welcome to Lion School. Leave your problems outside the live. Leave yesterday's version of you outside the live. You know, leave who you used to be outside the live. Leave the stories about what broke you, who hurt you, who abandoned you outside the live. None of that has any power right now. That part right there, T-Benz, you got to empty your cup. How you going to learn something new if you still processing what's old? Just help me understand. Jesse, what's up, beloved? So good to see you. Good morning to you. Peace and blessings to you all. Again, type me in the comments if this is your very first time on a live stream with me. Type me in the comments if you are a first timer. I got you. I got you. I got you, Jesse. I got you. Valerie, what's up, beloved? Good morning to you. So good to see you. Yvette, so good to see you. Good morning to you. Lord, it's so good to see you. Come on in, come on in, come on in. We're getting ready to get started. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Stephanie. Thank you. No, I know, Jensen. I hear you. I hear you. What's up, Ace? Good morning to you. Richard's in the building. Let's go. Do me a favor and share or repost the live to your stories if you haven't already done so. Please share or repost the live to your stories if you haven't already done so. Please, let's get the likes up so that we can get the medicine out to the world. What girl? What's up, beloved? So good to see you. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Dante's Luxury, what's going on? If you are a first timer to the live, welcome our first and last time listeners. My name is Jordan Williams. I'm a certified life coach. I specialize in self-awareness, self-mastery, relationship mastery, 5D consciousness, emotional intelligence. I specialize in helping my students and clients become the most powerful versions of themselves. I am also the best-selling author of this book, The Secret of Awareness, How Powerful Are You Ready to Be? This book is a bestseller. It is a game changer, hands down. It is a game changer, period. If you're looking to become the most powerful version of yourself, that's definitely the book that I recommend you start with. I've been coaching for a little bit over 2 decades now. I've coached some of the most powerful people on the planet. I've been the secret weapon for a lot of powerful people. I am emotionally bulletproof. What does that mean? Your opinions don't mean anything to me. Your criticisms don't mean anything to me. Your judgments don't mean anything to me. What you think about me doesn't mean anything to me. Everything in my external reality doesn't have the power to affect me emotionally. That's what being emotionally bulletproof means. When you become the most powerful version of yourself, you'll stop caring about what people think of you. You'll stop chasing external validation. You'll stop chasing, needing everyone to like you, because that's the weakest version of you. The weakest version of you needs to be liked by everyone. That's the weakest version of you. Okay. The most powerful version of you doesn't need to be liked by anyone, because your like is enough. Your love is enough. Your energy is enough. Your attention is enough. Your validation is enough. So I don't need anyone else's. And when you become emotionally bulletproof, you're just not affected by praise or criticism. You're just not affected by praise or criticism. You're just not controlled by what other people think about you, because you understand that people's judgments and their criticisms and what they project onto you is just a window into what's broken in them. That's all it is. It's not a big deal. When people judge you or they criticize you, it's just a window into a wound that they carry. Why? Because people can only give you what they carry. If they're carrying love, that's what they're going to give you. If they're carrying anger, that's what they're going to give you. If they're carrying pain, that's what they're going to give you. If they're reacting to their wounds, that's what they're going to give you. Whatever the person gives you is a clear indicator into what they're carrying in that moment. Where's your emotional intelligence? It's the $1 billion question. Where's your emotional intelligence? If I give you anger, that means that I'm carrying it too. If I project my judgment and my criticism onto you, I'm operating from the lowest vibrational frequency. If I give you love, I'm operating from the highest vibrational frequency. If I give you kindness and peace, I'm operating from the highest vibrational frequency. Reality is having a conversation with you, but are you listening? Are you listening, or are you letting your ego do all the speaking for you? Are you allowing your pain to hold the conversation? Are you allowing all of your unhealed wounds to have the conversation with the person? Just make it make sense. People are the easiest thing in the world to understand. The easiest thing in the world. Bashan, what's up, beloved? Chantel, what's up, beloved? So good to see you. Lamika's in the building. Let's go, beloved. Yeah, reality is just a giant masterclass. I've just aced the test already. That's it. BH, what's up, beloved? Clean time, let's go. Wilder's in the building, let's go. Do me a favor again, real quick. Let's share or repost a live to your stories if you haven't already done so. Please share or repost a live to your stories if you haven't already done so, please. I appreciate that. Thank you for that. Yeah, this is easy. King Kev, let's go, beloved. Just the key, let's go. Because what's up, beloved? So good to see you. Red's in the building. Let's get it. Let's get it. Janae, what's up, beloved? So good to see you. All right, let's get busy getting busy. See, we've all heard that hurt people hurt people. But there's another side to that coin that we never talk about. Broken people attract other broken people, and healed people heal people. That's the part that we always leave out. We always talk about hurt people, and then we start right there. That's bumper sticker talk when people say that to you because they don't fully understand what's going on. That is true. Hurt people do hurt other people, but broken people attract broken people, and healed people attract, or healed people heal people. That's the key. The key is to become healed yourself. Because if you're not healed, you'll never attract someone into your life that is. As long as you have all of these unhealed wounds in you, you'll never attract anyone into your life that's healed. And that's the whole key. That's what life is all about. Life is trying to get you to unconditional love, beloved. That's how you win the game. That's what it's all about. It was never about the relationship that you've been chasing. It's not about the validation that you've been chasing. It's not about the fame you chase and the likes and shares you chase. Can you get to unconditional love? It's a simple yes or no. Can you get there without other people? Can you get there without external validation? Can you get there without needing people to like you and needing people to believe in you and needing people to choose you and pick you? Can you get there on your own? Because if you can't get there on your own, you'll never recreate it with someone else. How can you produce with someone else what you failed to produce within yourself? So hurt people hurt people. Broken people attract broken people. And healed people heal people. That's the game. That's the game. Can you get to unconditional love? That's all God is asking you to do. It's not a math problem. It's not hard to do. Drop your attachments because you don't need them. That's part of what's keeping you from unconditional love. It's all of the attachments that you have. Needing external validation, needing someone to believe in you, needing someone to pick you, needing someone to tell you that you are pretty or handsome or smart or beautiful. All that's got to come from you. You have to know that. You shouldn't need me to confirm anything that exists in you. You're giving me too much power. The moment that you rely on my opinion about anything, you're giving me too much power. Because what you're going to do on the days when I don't confirm you, you're going to spiral out of control. You're going to spiral into unhappiness. You're going to allow that to ruin your whole day. If you are impressed with praise, you will be crushed by criticism. Iris, what's up, beloved? One more time. If you are impressed with praise, you will be crushed by criticism. Crushed. Because negativity has a 10 times greater impact on your life than positivity does. You don't even remember all of the times in life that you were praised, but you remember the criticism. The criticism stays with you all day long. The praise doesn't. The praise gives you the opportunity to give yourself a positive stroke. You experience some joy, you experience a little bit of happiness, and then it goes away. But that criticism stays with you all day. And it colors the way you see that person. The next time you see that person, you're still thinking about what they said to you, when they criticized you, when they judged you. So it stays with you because it becomes a wound in you because you're not healed. That part right there, Cookie, that part right there, beloved. That part right there. See us up. What's up, beloved? King Kev, I see you. Do me a favor real quick, you guys, and share or repost a live to your stories if you haven't already done so. Please share or repost a live to I'm the most powerful speaker in history. I said history. Lynetta, what's up, beloved? All right, let's get busy getting busy. You don't have a past, beloved. You have a memory. And you don't have a future. You have a projection. So this past that you're trying to heal yourself from, what you're really trying to heal is a memory. See, the future is just a projection of the now, and your past is just a memory of the now. So you don't have a past, you have a memory, and you don't have a future, you have a projection. And the projection for your future is always predicated on your current circumstances. That's what your future is. Your future is just a projection of whatever your current circumstances are looking like. So you're not trying to heal your past. You're trying to heal a memory, which is humanly impossible. You can't heal from a memory, beloved. There's nothing to heal. There's nothing to heal. So one more time, you don't have a past, you have a memory. You don't have a future, you have a projection, which is typically a history of something that you haven't reconciled. You're trying to heal from something that you haven't got over. You're trying to heal from the place where you got hurt, the place where you got broken, the place where you got abandoned. Your mind is still trapped in that time period. That's what you're really trying to heal from. That's something that you need to let go of, because it's an unchangeable part of your reality, and that's what awareness is going to teach you. There's things that you don't understand right now, and that's why you're hurting. You're not hurting from the situation, you're hurting from your lack of understanding of it. That's the only thing that's hurting you, beloved. I promise you, it's the only thing that's hurting you. The real problem is the history that you haven't accepted. That's the problem. What's my problem, coach? The history that you haven't accepted. There's something that you haven't accepted. That's why radical acceptance is a superpower. You have to accept what was, accept what is. Whatever reality throws at you, you have to accept it, because anything that you reject, you empower. So the past that you're rejecting, you're empowering. You're actually making it powerful. And you're making it powerful because there's something about it that you don't want to accept. But that's what's keeping you from getting to the next level in life. So your history is arguing with your destiny. That's what's hurting you. That's what's hurting you. Yeah, everything in your past is an unchangeable part of your reality. There's nothing that you can change. There's nothing to edit. There's only something to accept. And acceptance brings you freedom. Now, when I say acceptance, I don't mean that you have to forgive the person. I don't mean that you need to get on the phone and call the person and have a conversation with them. You don't need closure. Let me tell you what closure means. Closure means allowing your heart to catch up to what your spirit already knows. That's what closure is. Closure is allowing your heart to catch up to what your spirit already knows. Myra, what's up, beloved? Atlas, what's going on, beloved? Good morning to you all. Good morning to you all. That part right there, beloved, I accept everything. I don't reject anything. And that's what God is saying. That look, everything that happened in your life was sent to build you, not break you. Everything that has ever happened in your life was sent to build you, not break you. It's the filter that you see in your past through that's hurting you. You're not hurting from the event. You're hurting from the description that you give to the event. You're not hurting from the event. You're hurting from your perception of it. The event is over with, so how can it be causing you pain? What's causing you pain is the meaning you assign to it. Let go of the meaning. Get fully into this moment. Surrender into this moment and let go of the last one. You don't need closure. You don't need understanding. You don't need a conversation. You need to have faith. You out the river now. Whatever it is that tried to break you, you're no longer in the river of that situation. Beloved, you standing on dry land. Why are you still thinking about the days when you were drowning in the river? That's what's hurting you. You sit here thinking about all the moments when you were drowning in the river, but you're not in the river anymore. God has already pulled you out of that situation, and that's what he's trying to wake you up to. I done pulled you out the river already. You're not in the event anymore. You're not in the experience anymore. You're not in the situation anymore. It's over with. You still sit here trying to swim against the current. Ain't no current to swim against. Let go of what was and get fully into what is. What is represents the present moment. What was represents yesterday. And all of your yesterdays before that, let go of what was. What was is what's hurting you. We got time for what was. We don't give a damn about what was. Somebody projected their pain onto you. Somebody projected their trauma onto you. Somebody projected their wounds onto you. That's what happened to you, beloved. And somebody before them projected that onto them. And somebody before them projected that onto them. We all doing life for the first time. We all doing life for the first time. I want you to think about a dog. This dog was a little puppy. And it was filled with love and filled with joy and filled with happiness. But this dog came into an owner that was abusive. The owner was on drugs and all these other things like that. He beat the dog and abused the dog and won't feed the dog and all these other things like that. The dog didn't do anything. But because the owner was suffering, the owner projected that pain onto the dog. And then one day the dog gets out of the fence and the dog leaves. And then you're walking down the street one day and you see the dog. Now you don't know the dog's story. You have no idea what this dog has been through. So you go over to pet the dog, just being nice because you're an animal lover, and the dog bites you. But the dog didn't bite you because it's a bad dog. Dog bit you because it was the dog's reaction to you reaching. The way that you reached for that dog in that moment reminded the dog of what the owner used to do. Every person that's walking around that's been hurt or traumatized or abused by someone else is just like the dog. You don't know what the dog has been through. You don't know the story. And when you meet people, it's the same way. You don't know their story. You don't know their trauma. You don't know the abuse that they may have suffered. See, you are only capturing the person in the story of their life when you met them. You only met them in their chapter 20, but you don't know what happened chapter 1 through 19. 1 through 19 is where all the pain happened. You met them in chapter 20. And then you say something or you trigger that person somehow, some way. And they give you all of the chapters leading up to that moment, meaning they project all of that hurt and all of that pain onto you, even though you didn't create what happened in chapter 1 through 19. That's what I need you to understand. That's why awareness is so important. Because you slow down and you start racing to add people to your life because you're bored or lonely, and you give yourself enough time to read the book called That Person, to understand who they are, to make sure that you are vibrationally compatible with this person before you add them to your life. See, toxic relationships mean that you were never vibrationally compatible with the person. You liked the way they looked. You like the way they walked and talked and dressed and all of these things. That's not what you're in a relationship with. If you are not vibrationally compatible with the person, the relationship is going to fall apart no matter how much you hope, wish, and dream. So toxic relationships mean that you are not vibrationally compatible with this particular individual. Now, that doesn't make them a bad person. They're just not an energetic match for you. That's all that means. See, we suffer in life because we lack understanding. It's no different than the person that that calls themselves an introvert. There's no such thing as an introvert. You're just vibrationally selective. There are just certain people that you don't enjoy the energy of that particular individual. You don't see the need in forcing a relationship with this person because maybe there's something in their energy or their aura that you don't really vibe with. But when you get around people that you like and you get around people that you love, you the life of the party. You talking and dancing and conversating and all of these other things like that. Why? Because you feel safe in their energy. So there's no such thing as an introvert. You're just vibrationally selective. There are certain people that you don't feel the need to force relationships with just to fit in or to be liked or whatever the case may be. And when you get around those people, you get quiet. Doesn't make you an introvert. It just makes you vibrationally selective. But sleeping people come up with all of these terms to explain things that they don't understand themselves. Monica, what's up, beloved? I'm vibrationally selective. I don't just hang out with anybody. I am vibrationally selective. But I also understand, that you have to be vibrationally compatible with people too. There's being vibrationally selective, and then there's being vibrationally compatible. When you're in a relationship with someone, you need to be vibrationally compatible with that person, or the relationship's gonna fall apart. Do they have a growth mindset? Do they procrastinate? What's their definition of loyalty? What's their definition of love? What's their definition of happiness? What's their definition of peace and joy? What's their definition of communication? What's their definition of love? All of those things are going to determine whether or not you're vibrationally compatible with the person. Not how much money they make, and oh, he's got a banging body, and he drives a Mercedes Benz, and he lives in a big house, and he can take care of me. Come on, man, what we doing here? You writing yourself a first class ticket to divorce court. I say first class. Yeah, we looking at all this worldly stuff. That's not the stuff. You ain't gonna be in a relationship with that person's car. You're not gonna be in a relationship with their money. You're not gonna be in a relationship with the position that person holds. You ain't gonna be in a relationship with their reputation. You're gonna be in a relationship with that person's pain. You're gonna be in a relationship with their trauma. You're going to be in a relationship with all of the unhealed versions of them, because that's going to be the number one thing that makes you want to leave the relationship, is that version of them that shows up once that mask comes off. You date the mask. That's why I want to do this with you. You've only met the mask, beloved. You only met the character. You ain't met the real person yet. And that's why relationships fall apart, because by the time you meet the real person, you don't like what you see in now. All of a sudden, here come that pain, and here come that trauma. Cute goes out the window when the trauma shows up. Pretty goes out the window when the trauma shows up. Handsome goes out the window when the wounds show up. All of a sudden, they ain't so attractive to you. Now you, the very relationship that you were fighting to get in, you fight to get out now. Truth is at the door with the SWAT team and everything. Lynn, what's up, beloved? Red, I see you. Jazz, what's up, beloved? I see you. Yvette, what's up, beloved? Yeah, we date people's pain. We date their trauma. We date their wounds, because you're not gonna date their essence, because they ain't met that. They ain't discovered that version of themselves. So how you meet them at their essence? You ain't met yourself that deeply. So you're not even dating the person for who they are at their essence, because they don't know how to show you that version of themselves, because their ego's online, their pain's online, their trauma's online, their shadows online. They don't even know how to introduce you to that version of them. Only the self-aware person can introduce you to that version of them. The awakened person can introduce you to that version of them, because they don't wear the mask anymore, because they don't need to be liked by you. They don't need anything from you, because anything that's coming from you is already something that exists within themselves. They don't need anything from you, so they can enjoy your company without needing you to perform. There's no performances when you're dealing with self-aware people. There's no more performances. We're going to talk spirit to spirit. I don't want to talk programming to programming, pain to pain, trauma to trauma, ego to ego, mask to mask. Like 9 out of 10 relationships happening right now. You meet in the costume, the person wearing. That part right there, Red. That part right there, beloved. That part right there. Do me a favor real quick, you guys, and share or repost the live to your stories if you haven't already done so, please. Share or repost the live to your stories if you haven't already done so, please. Baddest thing on the planet is you, period. That's not even open for discussion or debate. It's not bumper sticker talk. It's just reality of the situation. Ella, I appreciate you. Yeah, this is Lion School. My lives are not for everybody. I'm gonna tell you that now. Star, what's up, beloved? See, my words are designed to confront the version of you that has grown comfortable settling for less. Let that hit your spirit. I said, my words are designed to confront the version of you that has grown comfortable settling for less. My words are designed to confront the version of you that stays in a toxic relationship, that confronts the version of you that shows up small, that confronts the version of you that won't speak your truth. My words are designed to confront that version of you. Put you all the way in the corner. I'm going to make you think. See, I can't change you, but I can challenge your beliefs. And a real friend, a real coach, a real teacher, that's the most value that you can ever have, is somebody to challenge your beliefs. To challenge the very belief system that's keeping you stuck. You need people in your life like that. You don't need people in your life to just be a yes man or a yes woman and just tell you what you need to hear. That's what your friends are for. So I don't want to be your friend if that's the case, because I'm not going to tell you what you need to hear. I'm going to talk to you about what's keeping you stuck. See, when people become emotionally attached to you, they stop telling you the truth and they start editing the truth. Why? Because they know your triggers. They know you might snap. They know you might go off. They understand you too deeply. So your real friends won't really tell you the truth. They won't. If you could talk to your friend and say, I need you to tell me about me right now, and I promise you I won't get mad. I promise you I won't get upset. That's when they're going to really start talking to you. I'm telling you now. I'm telling you now. That's when they're going to really talk to you. Your friends see things that they don't say anything about. They hear things that they don't say anything about because they love you too much and they don't want to hurt your feelings. That part right there, Red. Yeah, they see it, but they just don't want to say anything. I mean, I see it with I won't say anything. Sometimes I'm like, I don't want that fight. I don't want that. I'm gonna just let you, however it is you doing it, you just keep doing it. Ellie, what's up, beloved? Because sometimes that can backfire on you. You start telling somebody the truth, and all of a sudden, their ego takes over, and why you always in my business, and why you this, and why you that? I'm cool. You think you know everything? I'm cool. Yeah, so I'm telling you, that's why they won't tell you, because they know that version of you. Become a master at walking away from the table when disrespect is being served to you. How about we start that right there? How about we start that? Start today. Doesn't matter what happened yesterday. Become a master at walking away from the table when disrespect is being served to you. Do you love yourself enough to become a master at walking away from the table when disrespect is being served to you? Do you love yourself enough to become a master at never settling for less than you deserve? Do you love yourself enough to become a master at never allowing the person to show you twice what they've already shown you once? Do you love yourself enough to become a master of that? Because you're going to become a master of something anyway. Even if it's a master of settling for less than you deserve. Even if it's a master of you procrastinating. Even if it's a master of you staying in your comfort zone, you're going to always become a master at something. Let's start the process of becoming a master at becoming the most powerful version of yourself. Of removing yourself from every table the moment that disrespect is being served to you. Become a master of that. Of never settling for less than you deserve. See, never settling for less than you deserve means I got to turn my discipline up. And when I say never settling for less than you deserve, I'm not talking about what someone else is giving you. I'm also talking about what you're giving yourself. Because people are always reflecting the relationship you have with yourself. If the relationship with you isn't powerful, it'll never be powerful with someone else. Never. Because your relationship is the blueprint that everyone else is following, and most people don't understand that. Can you become a master at detaching yourself from anything that no longer adds value to you? Can you become a master of that? I said, can you become a master of it? If it's no longer serving you, how can you claim to love yourself unconditionally? And you won't remove things from your life that no longer serve you or add value to you. Let me give it to you the way I know you can't miss it. Let's turn up the wisdom here. If I walk up to you with a piece of hot coal, now you don't know it's hot at the time. I just tell you to hold out your hand. You hold out your hand and I sit that hot coal in your hand. You're going to drop that hot coal immediately. The moment that that heat hits your hand, you're going to drop it immediately. Why? Because it's hurting you. But people are no different. See, that coal will only burn you the one time. But that person that's in your life that no longer serves you or add value to your life is doing more damage to you than that coal can. We can recover from the coal. But what about that burn that gets left on your heart? What about that burn that's getting left on your emotions? What about that trauma that's being left behind once that person leaves your life? We ain't gonna talk about that. See, you'll drop that hot coal immediately, but you won't drop the person. And the person is doing more damage to you than the coal ever will. We can get some ointment for the coal, but what's the name of the ointment for your heart? What's the name of the ointment for your trauma? What's the name of the ointment for that identity that you're going to build around your wounds? And all of a sudden, you don't want to be with anybody anymore. I'd just rather be alone. That's your pain talking. I'll just be by myself. That's your wounds talking. What about that? See, that's what blows me away. We're so quick. If you go to a restaurant right now and that waiter disrespects you, you might give that waiter one opportunity and then you're going to move yourself from that restaurant and you may never come back to that restaurant. So we have no problem doing it when it comes to certain situations. You already a master at it. But when it comes to relationships, that person in there disrespecting you and disrespecting you and disrespecting you, you give the waiter one opportunity and then you out. But you give the person 10, 20, 30 opportunities. They showing you time and time and time again, nothing like what the waiter is doing, but we won't let go of this person. That's what I'm saying. We got life twisted. The waiter is the one that you should be giving the other opportunities to, not the person you waking up next to, because the person you waking up next to has an opportunity to be with a one of one. 8 billion people on the face of this earth that person could be with, that you could be with, and you choose to be with this person. How can you fail to take care of the one thing? Just make it make sense to me. How can you fail to take care of the one thing? You struggling to take care of the one? Your relationship should be the most powerful thing on the planet. Why? Because everything required to make the relationship become powerful doesn't cost anyone anything. It's all free. Kindness is free. Communication is free. Loyalty is free. Respect is free. Empathy is free. Unconditional love is free. They don't cost anything. So everything required to make your relationship ultra powerful doesn't cost your partner a dime. But it's all of the things that's missing in the relationship. And that's why the relationship falls apart. That's why it falls apart. That's what's mind-blowing to me. It's all free. Everything that makes your relationship powerful is free. What you mean you ain't getting the respect? What you mean you ain't getting the kindness? What you mean you ain't getting the love? What you mean you ain't getting the loyalty? What you mean you ain't getting the passion? It don't cost your partner nothing. So why you ain't getting it? And most importantly, why are you settling for what you're not getting? We ain't gonna do the truth today. We ain't doing the truth. I said, why are you settling for what you're not getting? One more time. My words are designed to confront the version of you that settles for less. My words are designed to confront the version of you that looks away when the red flag shows up, looks away when the disrespect shows up, looks away when your partner's inconsistent. My words are designed to confront that version of you. Are you ready for that? How much truth can you handle before you walk away? How much truth can you handle before you scroll past me? Lynn, what's up, beloved? BH, I love you too. I love you too, beloved. Now, when spirit is unlocked, when I'm tapped into spirit, spirit don't need no rest. Spirit is pure. Spirit is pure source energy. Pure source energy. Nate Dawg, love you too, beloved. All right, let's get busy getting busy. Let's get into this live. Let's get into this live. Let's get into this live. Instead of us just walking around and being attracted to people, can we be attracted to happiness? Can we be attracted to peace? Can we be attracted to joy? And most importantly, can you be attracted to loving yourself? Instead of us just being attracted to people and what they're going to do and what you hope to get from the person, can we become attracted to peace? Can we become attracted to joy and abundance? Can we become attracted to loving ourselves unconditionally? Can we get attracted to that? Because I don't ever hear people talking about that. We're always so focused on what we can get from somebody else. But what about what we failed to give ourselves? Because everything you failed to give you, someone is going to enter your life wearing the face of what you failed to give yourself. People don't come into your life to reflect love. People come into your life to reflect your pain. They come into your life to reflect what's not healed in you. They come in wearing the face of what's broken in you. That's what they reflect. Every person is a masterclass into a deeper understanding of who you are. Come on, Red. Come on, Red. You so on point with that, beloved. Yes. Yeah, your spirit never sends your spirit never sends an enemy. Your spirit only sends a teacher. Honey man, what's up, beloved? Let's get busy getting busy. What you cannot accept about yourself will be reflected back to you in the mirrors of other people. What you cannot accept about yourself will be reflected back to you in the mirrors of other people. It's universal law, beloved. This is 5D consciousness. The arrogance you can't stand in someone else also lives in you. The love that you are upset that someone else didn't give you is a reflection of the love that you failed to repeatedly give yourself. I said the love that you are upset that someone else didn't give you is the mirror to the love that you repeatedly failed to give yourself. The neediness you despise in your friend also lives in you. See, none of this is really about the other person. It's a displaced conversation you are refusing to have with yourself. See, every judgment of another is a sentence left unfinished about you. Because what you see in someone else is a reflection of what still needs to heal in you. If you can see it in them, it's a reflection of what needs to heal in you. See, and it's easier to see the wound in someone else than to see it in yourself. And that's why God sends it through other people. Oh, he was a beast when he did that. Because you keep running from it. You keep avoiding it. You won't do the work. You won't heal. You jumping from relationship to relationship, partner to partner, person to person, job to job, all to escape that silence, all to escape that pain. See, most people jump into relationships with someone else to get over the last relationship. You didn't get into the relationship with the person because you loved them. You got into the relationship with the person because they were a distraction from some pain that you couldn't heal from. Some of you guys are in that situation right now. You think you just met this person. No, that person was still suffering and still traumatized by someone that broke their heart that you didn't know anything about, that they never told you about. You were the Band-Aid. You were the distraction. You were the thing that stopped the bleeding. But all the while, the person's sitting there with you, but they're thinking about the other person. Nah, beloved, I don't have a life coach. I'm the life coach's life coach. I coach coaches. Do me a favor real quick, you guys, and share or repost the live to your stories if you haven't already done so, please. Share or repost the live to your stories if you haven't already done so, please. See, the pain you refuse to heal doesn't disappear because you refuse to look at it. See, it finds another face to wear it, and it will continue to find new faces until you recognize it's your own. See, the mirror doesn't lie. Only the one that looks away does. The mirror doesn't lie. Only the one that looks away does. Here's the truth. The mask in the character you play is protecting a wound that you still haven't dealt with. The mask in the character you play is protecting a wound that you still haven't dealt with. That's why you do it. And you won't see the parts of yourself that still need work until you're around other people that's going to mirror or reflect that back to you. And this is why when people say, oh, I'll just be alone or I'll just be by myself, that's your pain talking, beloved. That's your wounds talking. I'll just be in a relationship. I'll just be by myself, coach. I don't need to be with anyone. I'll just do me. That's your pain talking. See, because being alone is great, but it also hides what you've never had to confront. That's the problem. Let me say that one more time. Being alone is great, but it also hides what you've never had to confront. Now let's talk lion to lion here. Let's talk chest to chest, spirit to spirit. Being alone is wonderful. I'm going to give you that. Being alone is wonderful if you're already healed. If you're not already healed, then being alone is just you running from avoiding what you need to confront. Because see, the problem was not the other person. The problem is what you settled for. The problem is what you allow, because what you allow expands. The problem is what you normalize. The problem is what you wouldn't walk away from. That's the problem. So running away from the relationship is only running away from yourself, because the relationship was your masterclass. You just got programmed and conditioned to believe that relationships are about love and cupcaking and pillow talking and somebody to share your life with and date nights and walks on the beach and vacations. That's how you look at when you look at a relationship, that's the filter you see it through. 9 out of 10 people on this live right now, when you think about a relationship, that's the filter you see it through. Somebody to hang out with, somebody to spend your life with, somebody to fall in love with, somebody, all that surface level, because you don't fall in love with them. They give you permission to love yourself. And that's what makes it powerful. All that love that you weren't giving yourself, when you attach meaning to this person, it gives you permission to love yourself. It gives you permission to unlock the love that's in you. And that's the greatest gift that God ever gave you, because you weren't loving yourself. You weren't. See, we come into relationships from a conditional love perspective, but the relationship is designed to get you to unconditional love, because you weren't loving yourself unconditionally. Your trauma won't allow it. Your pain won't allow it. Your ego won't allow it. All of the identity you build around your wounds won't allow it. It won't allow it. Your childhood trauma won't allow it. Because there's things in your past that you don't understand. There's things in your past that you still haven't healed from. That's why there's no unconditional love there. It's humanly impossible for you to love yourself unconditionally, and your pain and your ego and your trauma is still online. I said humanly. Double down on the humanly part. It's humanly impossible. You can't do it. And that's the whole purpose of the relationship. It's a spiritual container. I can come in under conditional love because that's transactional. All relationships are transactional. This is why love and relationships have absolutely nothing to do with each other. Love means there's no transactions. See, there's no transactions between you and God. He loves you no matter what you do. That's love. Relationships require transaction. You do for me, I do for you. You show up for me, I show up for you. You nice to me, I'm nice to you. You kind to me, I'm kind to you. It's a transaction. It has nothing to do with love. They're two completely different things. But somehow, some way, sleeping people have merged them together to make them one thing, but they're not. They're two completely different things. They're just not the same. Not kinda, not sorta, like the ocean in a mountain. They're not the same. And let me tell you why they're not the same. Because love is what you are. Love is not what you receive. Love is what you were created from. It's not what you chase. You were created from love. So why would you ever look for what you already are? Tiara, what's up, beloved? Nicole, what's up, beloved? See, the moment you go out looking for love, what that implies is that you were not in possession of it yourself. That's why you never look for love, because if you look for something, it implies that you're not in possession of it at the time. Love is what you are. It's not what you look for. It's not what you seek. It's not what you chase. It's what you become. And in order to become it, I've got to remove all the things that's blocking unconditional love from being in my life. That's the point. That's what life is all about, to remove the obstacles, to remove the obstructions that's stopping the flow of unconditional love into your life, like your trauma, like your pain, like the identity you built around your wounds, your ego, your shadow. Those are your programming and conditioning. That's what's blocking the flow of unconditional love in you. I don't care how many people you add to your life. The person won't help you to get to what you already are. This is why self-awareness is so important in emotional intelligence and self-mastery, because you can't get to love through someone else. You can only get to love by healing yourself. That's what this is all about, to become unconditional love and become a reflection of what your Father is, not a reflection of what the world is. The world is conditional love. You are unconditional love. That's where your pain and suffering comes from, because you're operating from what the world is and not what God is, and that's what you an extension of Him. So just make it make sense. You like the fish trying to figure out how to live on land. You out of alignment with who you are. Just imagine how much suffering a fish would have trying to survive on land. That's you. When you're operating from conditional love, you're like the fish that's walking on land trying to figure life out. No, you got to get in the water. Love is the water. And in order for me to get in love, I mean, I don't need to place expectations on people. I don't need to have all of these attachments. I need to do the work on myself. I need to remove the obstructions that's keeping me from experiencing it. You have some obstructions in your life. There's some roadblocks there. And it's not hard to do, but chasing other people won't get you there. I'm going to just tell you that now. The more you chase other people, the more you distract yourself from what you could become. God sent you here to be the answer. He sent you here to be the blessing, not to need blessings, but to become one. He created you to become so powerful that people can lean on you, not you needing to lean on people. Cody, I appreciate that, beloved. Do me a favor real quick, you guys, and share or repost a live to Black King. I see you. Share or repost a live to your stories if you haven't already done so, please. The baddest thing on the planet is you. God made one you. What are we going to do with that one? Let's start the conversation there. I said God made one you. What are we going to do with the one you He made? We're going to settle for less than you deserve. We're going to tolerate disrespect. We're going to show up small. We're going to not speak our truth. That's what you're saying. When you get back and you have that conversation with God, that's what you're going to tell him. I settled for less than I deserve. I procrastinated. I made excuses. I chased people all day, even though everything I was looking for was already in me. What you going to tell him? When he created you to be the answer. So what we going to do? We're going to become the answer. We're going to become the solution. We're going to become the cure. We're going to become the blessing. We're going to become the most powerful thing walking. What are we going to do? Are we going to settle for who you almost could have become? We're going to settle for who you almost might have been? That's what you're saying? When we got such a finite amount of time here on this planet, stop living your life like you got 1,000 years to live it, beloved. You don't have one day more. You got one day less, man. Let's get your life together. Stop focusing on people and focus on yourself, because when you focus on you, people will focus on you. But when you focus on them, you lose sight of you. You can't, your mind doesn't work like that. You chase 2 rabbits, you're going to end up with no rabbits at all. So you're going to chase people or you're going to chase yourself, but you can't do both. You can't do both. God gave us one you. What we going to do with the one you? Damn what we doing with everybody else. Queen, what's up, beloved? I'm talking about he gave us one you, literally. One you. One you. What we going to do with that? We ain't going to step into your purpose. We ain't going to see what the potential is. We're not going to see what the ceiling is. You ain't curious about that? To see what the ceiling is when you on the other side of the most disciplined version of you, on the other side of the most powerful version of you, on the other side of the version of you that doesn't chase validation, on the other side of the version of you that doesn't need to be liked by everyone, on the other side of the version of you that doesn't need praise and all of these other things like that, because you know who you are. Validation is for parking, beloved. We ain't got time to get validation from people who can't even validate themselves. You want to get validation, you go to the Ritz-Carlton right now. They can validate you all day long. You don't need it from other people. God has already stamped you. There's nothing else that you need to hear from somebody else. Everything else is just a watered down version of what he's already confirmed. Get all of the 87 octane people out of your life. I'm going to tell you that right now. Get all of the 87 octane people out of your life. I'm telling you that now. See, when you buy that Rolls Royce, you're the Rolls Royce in the story. When you buy that Rolls Royce, it says right there on the gas cap, premium gasoline only. It doesn't say, well, if you're struggling in life, you can put some 87 in here. It doesn't say if you're going through hard times, you can put some 87 in here. It says premium gasoline only. And the only part is in all caps. That's you. But when you pull up to that gas station, you got 87 octane, 89 octane, 93 octane is the premium. You need premium gasoline only. But when you got these 87 octane people in your life, you got people that can only remind you of your past, people that can only remind you of who you used to be, toxic relationships going on, settling for less than you deserve, walking on eggshells around. Man, that's 87 octane. You the Rolls Royce. What you doing? God gave us one Rolls Royce. Man, you can't put no 87 octane in the Rolls Royce. You're going to destroy the car. And that's all he's saying. He's saying, take care of the Rolls Royce. That's all I'm asking you to do. You get to drive it. You get to do anything you want with it. But don't put the wrong gas in it, meaning having the wrong people around you. You got all these attachments going on, the expectations going on, needing people to believe what you already know to be true. Get all of the 87 octane people out of your life immediately, beloved. It's premium gasoline only from this moment moving forward. People that reflect who I'm becoming. People that have emotional intelligence. People that have self-discipline. People that know what real unconditional love is and loyalty is and commitment is. People that live their lives based upon transparency. People that I don't have to question anything. I don't have to perform around these people. It's premium gasoline only. Period. You struggling in life because you get 87 octane. You allowing 87 octane people to have access to the Rolls Royce that is you. That's why you struggling. If there's any struggle in your life, it's because you got too many 87 octane people giving them access to the Rolls Royce that is you. It don't fit, beloved. Brock, what's up, beloved? I'm premium gasoline on it. That's it. I'll walk first. I'll sleep in that park first. I'll go get me a tent from Walmart, be in the park in the tent with the Walmart from the Walmart by myself before I wake up next to an 87 octane person. I'm not doing it. Now you might want to settle for less than you deserve. That's wonderful, but I'll be in that park by myself. I can promise you that I'll be sleeping on that park bench by myself, and I'll transmute all of the energy. And I can promise you 6 months from that day, I'm gonna be something so powerful. I'll be living in a $2 million house. That's just my mindset. I don't have a problem walking away from less than I deserve. I have no problem with that. I'm a master at walking away from things that are out of alignment with who I am becoming. That's how you become the most powerful version of you. Thank you, beloved. I appreciate you. I said I'm a master at that. You disrespect me once, you're teaching me the power of self-respect. You lie to me, you're teaching me the power of being loyal to myself. You show up small, you're teaching me the power of always coming through for me. See, you teach me. Everything that you try to throw at me is only a master class into what I need to know about myself. That's all it is. Every brick you throw at me builds the mansion in my mind that you will never be able to scale that wall to. Come on, Trina, come on, beloved. Lessons are blessings. Lessons are blessings. One more time, the love that you didn't get from someone else that you were so upset about was only the mirror to the love that you failed to give yourself. He didn't love me right, and he didn't do this, and he didn't do that. That was just your mirror, beloved. It was a mirror into what you failed to give you. You didn't catch that part. You didn't catch that part. That's the part you didn't catch. Real quick, you guys, do me a favor and share or repost a live to your stories. If you haven't already done so, please. So one more time, being alone is great, but it also hides what you've never had to confront. And that's the thing that kind of scares me when people say, oh, well, I'll just be by myself. I'm just going to do me. Nah. If you're healed, yes. But if you're not healed, no, because there's nothing to reflect you back to you. And that's why people are so powerful, is because we get to unconditional love by what people mirror back to us. Every toxic person in your life is wearing the face of a wound that you need to heal. I didn't say some of them. I didn't say a few of them. Every toxic person in your life currently is wearing the face of a wound that you need to heal right now. See, when you heal your wounds, you simultaneously stop attracting unhealed people. That's what it's all about. The narcissist is just someone wearing the face of all your trauma. And that's, watch this right here. We ain't gonna do the truth. We ain't gonna do the truth today. We're not gonna do it. I said the narcissist is just someone who wears the face of all your trauma. And let me tell you something about that narcissist. You loved him the most. Come on, we go spirit to spirit here. So put your gloves on. You loved him the most. More than anyone else. You loved him the most. That's why you did the most for him. If he needed to use your credit, you were going to let him use it. If he needed to use your car, you was going to let him use it. If he needed you to go get a house or co-sign on something, you was going to let him use it. If he needed money from you, you was going to give it to him. The narcissist is the one that you loved the most. He moved your emotional needle more than anyone else you had ever experienced leading up to this moment. That person drove you crazy. They had a way of connecting with you that no one else did. And let me tell you something about the narcissist and what he would do for you. You're going to get that love from him, and you're going to feed on that. You're going to get those moments of kindness, and you're going to feed on that. You're going to get those moments of joy and happiness, and you're going to feed on that. And then they take that away. So it wasn't like it was all bad. No, there was moments of joy, happiness, peace, bliss, and all of those things that are mixed in there as well. But the narcissist is the person. See, if I come into your life and I'm just toxic, I'm only wearing the face of one thing that you need to heal. The difference between me and the narcissist is the narcissist would be the one that reflects everything that you need to heal. Because they affected you more, you love them more than anyone else. You may just like me, but you were head over heels crazy about them. And you were willing to lose yourself for them. And the reason why you stayed in the relationship is because you placed greater value on the relationship than you placed on yourself at that time. Truth is knocking at the door. That part right there, Ella. That part right there, beloved. That part right there. That part right there. Yeah, that part right there. So one more time, the narcissist is not the problem. They are the person that reflects all of what you needed to heal. Now, we're going to call them the problem. I get that part. But what they were reflecting was what you needed to heal. You will never find what you're looking for in someone else if you haven't put in the work to heal yourself. You attract unhealed people because you still haven't healed yourself. See, that's why these conversations are so important. Come on, we got to talk here. That's why these conversations are so important, because these aren't the conversations that you can have with your friends, because your friends are only going to see it through your filter because they're emotionally attached to you. Your parents are going to see it through your filter because they're emotionally attached to you. Those are the wrong people to talk to. You got to talk to somebody that first is self-aware enough to be able to really tell you this is what's going on. And it doesn't make you a bad person. Don't make you a bad person. This is not a moment that you should feel bad or upset. You just came in contact with a person that reflected all of your wounds and everything you needed to heal. That's it. What's bad? What's so bad about that? It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. See, you attract toxic people because the relationship with yourself was toxic due to all of your unhealed wounds. So when you showed up to the relationship, it was already toxic because you still had wounds that you hadn't dealt with. That could have been childhood trauma. That could have been abandonment. Your ego was online. Your shadow was online. You showed up unhealed yourself. Issues with your parents, issues with whatever it may have been going on at the time. So again, you attract toxic people because the relationship with yourself was toxic due to all of the unhealed versions of you. So the narcissist was never the problem. The narcissist was your mirror. The narcissist was never the problem. The narcissist was your mirror into the problem. You said it's impossible to still love the narcissist but feel indifferent. That's a good question, beloved. That's a good question because, when you become, and let me tell you why great question, first and foremost. Let's start with that, and then we can go any direction you want. The reason why I'm conflicted by the question, because it's a loaded question, right? And so, because when you become indifferent, indifference is the thing that no one can pull you back from. When you become indifferent, that means that I don't care what you do. I don't care who you do it with. I don't care why you do it. Just get out of my face. When you become indifferent, Jesus can't pull you back from indifference. When you become indifferent towards your partner, you can literally see your partner walking down the street with somebody else, and let me tell you what you would say. Girl, you don't know what you got coming. I feel sorry for you. You wouldn't feel no jealousy. You wouldn't feel no unhappiness. You wouldn't feel anything. You like, I'm happy for you to have my pain. Once you see who he is, oh yeah, you ain't gonna be smiling and skipping down the street like you doing right now. See, that's where indifference takes you. You can't recover from indifference, because indifference is where you land before you sign them in divorce papers. So if you feel indifferent, you still care about your partner, but that love and all of that stuff, all that's been knocked out of you. It means that your partner's behavior was so egregious that they just knocked the love out of you. They knocked the fight out of you. They knocked the joy and the happiness and the peace. They knocked it all out of you. And because you gave them chance after chance, and you overlooked this and overlooked that, and and they just knocked the fight out of you. Like, I mean, you didn't took all the fight out. I don't have nothing left. It ain't like you want to see them get hurt and get the car accident or nothing like that. So you still care about them from that perspective. You don't want to see nobody hurt them. But at the same time, it's like, I don't want that anymore. I see what you are. Indifference means I see what you are behind the mask, behind who you pretend to be. I see what you are, and I don't want any more of that. When you become indifferent, ain't no coming back from that. You never recover from that, because that person scarred you to such a degree that I'm cool. I learned my lesson. I'm gonna just lick my wounds and go over here in the corner and just do me. I'm gonna go do me. And you're not doing it out of anger. You're just like, I can't do this anymore. And there's nobody that can talk you into it. Not your parents, not your friends, not your kids. Once you become indifferent, you're just done with it. Because that person's behavior just has knocked the fight out of you, knocked the love out of you, really. So Maywood, I don't know if I answered. Yeah, I'm telling you, Lily, once you become indifferent, it's over with. Now it takes you. That's why when I hear people say that they become indifferent toward their partner, that means that person's behavior was so terrible, so egregious, maybe abusive and violent, put their hands on you and different things like that. You just like, I'm cool. I'm through, coach. I don't want to talk to the pastor anymore. I don't want to go to the therapist anymore. I don't want to read the books anymore. I don't want to see another video. I just want this person out of my life. That's all you want. Just what day do I get to get this person out of my life? Talk to me about that. Other than that, don't talk to me about anything else. That's indifference. So hopefully that makes sense, Maywood. Lynetta, that door is so sealed and so shut. You just like, I'm cool beyond cool. I just want that person out of my life. And here's the thing that you got to understand. Because a person is out of your life doesn't mean that they'll be out of your mind. And what that means is that even though that person left, let's just say they packed up everything and they left. Even though the person left, you still are running the program from being in the relationship with the person because you built an identity that goes with that person. This is why we call this rosy retrospection. Because once that person has been gone for a month or 2 months or 3 months, and you've kind of settled down, you've calmed down, you found a little peace, you found a little joy, you found a little happiness, the identity that you built that goes with that person is still running. Meaning you're still going to have thoughts, you're still going to have feelings, you're still going to get triggered by certain things. Maybe a song that comes on that you guys used to enjoy, maybe a restaurant or a commercial or something. There's still going to be things that are popping up that's going to remind you of that person. It's going to remind you of a moment when things were good. And if you don't understand that program and that identity is still running, you have to give your brain time to let that program and that identity dismantle. Because a lot of times what people will do is you'll go back to your partner because in your mind you're thinking, well, I still think about them a lot. Maybe they were the one. Maybe I need to give them a second chance. Maybe I need to give them another identity. No, what's happening is the program hasn't dismantled. The identity hasn't fully dissolved yet. So your brain is still running the program as if the person is still there, even though they're not. So just because a person is out of your life doesn't mean that they'll be out of your mind. And that's the part that people need to understand. That's what rosy retrospection means. Rosy retrospection means that your brain will edit out all of the things they did wrong to you, and it will highlight all of the beautiful moments that you guys had together. And if you don't understand rosy retrospection, it'll cause you to walk right back into a relationship that you couldn't wait to get out of. So what you have to always do is remind yourself of why you left. Don't get caught up in the show. Remind yourself of why you left. What made you leave? That's where you live. Don't get caught up on the I'm bored, I'm lonely, we're just going to go out for one night, it's not going to be a big deal, and then you get pulled right back into the relationship again because you're bored and lonely with your life. Or you've been single for a while, you haven't been intimate with anyone, and you just think, oh, I'm gonna just go do one more. And then all of those feelings come back, all of those emotions come back, everything comes back. And then the person starts telling you, I've changed and I'm not the same, and I've been going to church and I've been doing this, and you get reeled right back in. So you always have to remember why you left. Always remember why you left. Just through self-awareness. She said, how you heal your wounds. Yeah, just through self-awareness. Just through self-awareness. Like there's some, it's easy to do, beloved. It's easy to do, but through self-awareness heals everything. Period. Every emotional or psychological problem you have can only be healed through self-awareness, emotional intelligence, and self-mastery. Period. See, let me tell you the problem. We want the results in life, but we don't want to put in the work to get them. That's why so many of us suffer. We want the results, but we don't want to put in the work that it takes to get those results. We want the awareness, but we don't want the discipline that comes with it. We want the emotional intelligence, but we don't want to have to put in the consistency to get to it. We don't want to put in the work to get to it. We just want the result. And that's why so many of us suffer, you guys. Awareness is available to every person on the planet. But 9 out of 10 people don't have it. Emotional intelligence is available to every person on the planet. But 9 out of 10 people don't want it. I don't want to put in the work to get to it. Same thing when it comes to money. We all want the life, but we don't want to put in the discipline. But we'll watch somebody else on Netflix for 2 or 3 hours. We'll watch somebody on social media for 2 or 3 hours, live the life that we could be living, but we don't want to put in the work to get there. That's what's mind-blowing to me. Everything you want to become, you have the power to become it, but we just don't want it bad enough to do it. Your desire to get the thing doesn't burn brighter than your desire to remain the same. And that's why we don't become it. That's why there's only so many people that are self-aware on the face of this earth, because nobody wants to climb the mountain, because you are the mountain that you would be climbing. There's no shortcuts to the mountain. There's no elevator to the mountain. There's no staircase. You climb it one brick at a time, one day at a time. I'm telling you. So it's available to you. But do you love yourself enough to give you that self, to give yourself that gift? I'm telling you, people just don't want to put in the work. It's just that simple. People don't want to put in the work to master themselves. They want the result, but they don't want to put in the work to get to the result. They just don't want to do it. They don't want to do it. I've been doing this for too long. It's not fear. It's not the unknown. It's none of that. I don't want to put in the work to do it, Coach. Is there a microwave way that I can become self-aware? Is there a microwave way that I can become emotionally intelligent? Is there a microwave way that I can become a master of self? Is there a microwave way? Because if not, I don't want to do it. Is there a microwave version to self-awareness? People don't want to put in the work. Everything in this world is available to you right now. There's nothing stopping you. You are the thing that's stopping you. Your mindset is stopping you. The limitations that you place on yourself is stopping you. Your procrastination in your comfort zone is stopping you. You just don't want it bad enough. You can become the most powerful, most disciplined person working, but you don't want it. It's available to you, but you don't want it. The Federal Reserve doesn't have to go and print $1 million the day that you decide to become a millionaire. Rolls Royce doesn't have to make a new car the day that you decide that you want to own one. That mansion or that high rise that you want, they don't have to build it the day that you decide that this is what you want for your life. All these things are available to you. The $1 billion question is, why don't you have them right now? Because we don't want to put in the work. But we ain't got no problem watching somebody else enjoy it. No problem. No problem. Sir Presley, what's up, beloved? Queen Ella, what you got, beloved? I'm telling you, people just, it's crazy to me. People don't want it. It's mind blowing to me. People really don't want it. Yeah. And that part right there, what girl? Because that's not even possible, Queen Ella. Because happiness and peace are opposite ends of the same stick. You can't have one without the other. You know, and that's why that, because what happiness, remember we talked about this the other day. Happiness comes from alignment, right? Happiness comes from alignment. Happiness comes from you saying there's nothing missing from my moment, right? Happiness is an inside job. I can look at my moment and I can say there's nothing missing from my moment. I don't need to fix myself. I'm enough for who I am right now in this moment. That doesn't mean I won't reach for more. Doesn't mean I don't want to become something greater than I am in this moment. Happiness comes from contentment. And so when I get to happiness, peace is there as well, because peace is a byproduct. Happiness is a byproduct. They're all secondary. Peace is secondary. And the beautiful thing about peace is peace means that when I'm standing in the eye of the storm called my life, nothing can affect me because nothing outside of me has the power to affect me. That's what peace is. Peace means nothing else. Peace means I fully understand mentally, emotionally, and spiritually that nothing outside of me has the power to affect me. I'm at peace. In fact, I'm asking God, send me the storm, send me the tsunami, send me the unfortunate circumstance that I wasn't ready for. Send me that curveball that I wasn't ready for. Send me that challenge or that obstacle, and it won't disturb my peace. Why? Because nothing outside of you has the power to disturb your peace. So when I have peace, that means that I'm already in alignment. So I have happiness when I'm in alignment. I have peace when I'm in alignment because nothing's missing from my moment. But I can't say that I'm happy and I don't have peace. That doesn't go together. Does that make sense? You guys following me on that? I can't say that I have. Yeah, so it's Susan, I see you, beloved. Yeah, a lot of people don't know what happiness is. Same thing with love. A lot of people don't know what love is. We have a concept of it, of happiness. We have a concept of love, but very few people really know what happiness and peace means. You know, I love peace because peace keeps my awareness in check. That's why I like peace. So what does that mean? That means that peace is kind of like a security guard. And what I'm checking to see every single day is, will anything disturb my peace? I can have chaos going on in the external world, but that should not disturb my peace because there's so much in this situation that I can control. See, when I'm focused on what I can control, nothing disturbs my peace. When I'm focused on what I can't control, my peace is gone like that. That's what steals your peace. Focusing on things that you have zero control over. Again, happiness is alignment. Peace comes from me not focusing on anything outside of me, and then me also understanding mentally, emotionally, and spiritually that nothing outside of me has the power to disturb my peace. So I'm looking for God to send me the obstacle, send me the challenge, send me the roadblock, just so I can have my awareness tested. Not because I think I'm better than anyone, but because I want to make sure that my peace grows and becomes more powerful. Right? So send me that failed relationship, send me that failed friendship. Send me that criticism. Send me that judgment. You know, send me that story that someone's created in their mind about who they think I am. Send it all to me because I need my peace tested. Because when you're a chosen one, you're going to have to walk through life, beloved. And this is all training. You in a master class right now. You are in God's master class right now. And so what you have to understand is that, you know, my peace is not disturbed because nothing belongs to me. I get to manage things for God, and wonderful. And I'm gonna gain some things and I'm gonna lose some things. Some people gonna come, some people gonna lose. Some people gonna be born, some people gonna pass away. I get that part. I'm in flow with reality. I don't fight anything. I don't resist anything. What's for me, it's for me. If it's for me, why do I need to fight for it? Anything you have to fight for means that it was never for you. If you're fighting for it to keep somebody in your life, that means that the person is out of alignment with you guys are not vibrationally compatible. If you're fighting to keep the person, then you're not vibrationally compatible. Because when God sends something to you, you don't have to fight for it. Otherwise, you can literally leave and go to the other side of the world and come back, and that person is going to still be there. Why? Because it's a gift from God. When it's not a gift from God, you got to chase it. You got to chase it when it's not a gift from Him. But when it's a gift from Him, there's no chasing going on. Turning heads. What's up, beloved? Yeah, so you just it's so one more time. Know my worth. What's up, beloved? So good to see you. So good to see you. Do me a favor real quick, you guys, and share or repost a live to your stories if you haven't already done so, please. Chloe, what's up, beloved? Miss Unity, what's up, beloved? I see you. I see you. So let me say this to you. One more time. The narcissist was never the problem. This when I coach, my goal is just to give you a different filter to see life through. Not to change the way you see or to change the way you think or to change the way you do anything. Just to give you a different filter to see it through. Right? You got the filter that you currently have, and then I'm gonna give you a different filter, and whichever one works best for you, take that one and run with it. Right? So that's kind of the goal here. So again, the narcissist was never the problem. The narcissist was your mirror. That's all they were. They were there to teach you where unconditional love didn't exist. They exposed where your boundaries didn't exist. They exposed where self-respect didn't exist. They exposed what you tolerated and normalized. The narcissist was teaching you what you accepted that you shouldn't have, what you tolerated that you shouldn't have, and what you normalized that you shouldn't have. Do we see it now? Do we see it now? That's all I'm at. Do we see it? Are we going to keep living out of the illusion? Do we see it? And I'm not saying it makes you a bad person. I'm just saying, do we see it? That's why this is so important. Because if my relationship with me is powerful, there is no narcissist. There's no narcissist. If I'm self-aware, if I'm awakened, if I'm emotionally intelligent, if I'm operating from the highest level of consciousness, there is no, first of all, we won't even be a vibrational match. That's number one. I'll never attract the narcissist, because when you're self-aware, you're operating from higher mind. When you lack self-awareness, you're operating from lower mind. That's ego consciousness. That means you comparing yourself to other people, and you know, you got your shadow, you got the character you play, you got the mask, you got your persona, you got your reputation. You're a reflection of what the world needs you to be. So I'm higher mind as the self-aware person. The narcissist is lower mind. We're not even in the same atmosphere. We don't even see each other. In fact, we'll walk right past each other. We could be at a mall, we could be at a coffee shop, we could be anywhere you want. We'll walk right past each other. There won't be any vibrational match. See, the self-aware person can see through the narcissist because they've seen through themselves. But we won't even be having a conversation. It'll just never happen. The universe won't allow it to happen because I've done the work on me. See, when you've done the work on you, God is going to protect you. There is no more narcissists showing up. There's no more toxic relationships. Oh, that's over with. It's all over with. So one more time, what did narcissists do? They exposed where your boundaries didn't exist. They exposed where self-respect didn't exist. They exposed what you tolerated and what you normalized. The narcissist was teaching you what you accepted that you shouldn't have, what you tolerated that you shouldn't have, and what you normalized that you shouldn't have. See, we don't stay with people because they're the one. We stay in unhealthy relationship with people because we don't know how to be the one for ourselves. We don't stay with people because they're the one. We stay with people because we don't know how to be the one for ourselves. We stay because we're addicted to potential. We stay because leaving means grieving who they might have become. See, we stay because choosing ourselves feels unfamiliar. When you're not healed, beloved, you don't choose you. You choose the relationship. And we've all done it. See, because deep down, we're hoping that the person finally becomes who we need them to be for us. And I'm going to tell you why you do that. Because the narcissist wasn't always the narcissist. They were kind in the beginning. They were generous and considerate in the beginning. Great conversationalists, all these other things like that. They were all of these things in the beginning. And so in your mind, you're thinking, well, I know what they have the potential to become because they've already shown me that. I already got that version of them. It's the version of them that I'm getting right now that I don't like. So you stay in the relationship hoping they go back to being who they were in the beginning. But the person that they were in the beginning was just a character to get you to fall in love. That was it. Before the real them came online. The reason why they couldn't go back to being who they were in the beginning, because it was never who they were to begin with. Truth is at the door. Kazai, what's up, beloved? How can I go back to being something for you that I ain't never been myself? The narcissists shocked themselves with everything that they were able to be for you. I ain't never been that much for myself. I'm just so the whole thing was performance. Everything was about performance. Because the narcissist knows when you're not really loving yourself. They know when you're not really showing up for yourself. They know when you kind of had the fight knocked out of you and life is kind of taking advantage of you and your family, you ain't vibing with them right. And you working all day long. You go home, you ain't got nothing going on at home. You sit and watch TV, you cook a meal. The narcissist knows you don't have anything going on. So once that person comes and they flood you with energy and flood you with attention and flood you with compliments and flood you with gifts and flooding you with I love yous and I'm thinking about you all day, text messages out of nowhere, phone calls out of nowhere, picking you up from here, date nights here. It's easy to fall in love with that. But that was never who they are. That was who they pretended to be. It's easy to fall in love with that. Anybody would fall in love with that. And in your mind, you thinking this your whole future. That's what you were thinking. That's what really got you hooked. Because in your mind, you thinking everything that you were getting in that moment was going to be your forever. That's what really knocked you off your feet, was that thought right there. You like, damn, look at the preview to what my life is getting ready to be. I'm getting picked up and date nights and phone calls for no reason. I love yous for no reason. Pillow talking all night through the night, text messages out of nowhere. You getting all these things. Candy, doors open. You like, I'm being treated like royalty damn near. That's what it was about. Yeah, people call that love bombing, right? I disagree. From an awareness perspective, I respectfully disagree. From an awareness perspective, I respectfully disagree. And let me present you with why. I'm not trying to change the way you think. I just want you to change the way you look at the situation. People that lack self-awareness came up with that term, love bombing. They just created it out of nowhere. Like, oh, that's love bombing. Somebody made that up. See, the word is never the thing. The word only points you in the direction of the thing. Words are not the truth. It can only point you in the direction of something else. Okay, so freeze that thought. Freeze that thought. Freeze that thought. You missing all kind of stuff. While you listening to all these love bombing people, you caught that from somebody else. You didn't even come into the world knowing what love bombing is. Somebody taught you that. Don't let that become your belief system. Let me just give you a different way to look at it, a different filter to see it through. Here's what I want you to think about. What about you? What about you? You gonna just throw that whole part out? What about the fact that you so powerful, you so badass, you so beautiful, you so handsome, that you triggered and inspired that person to want to be something greater than they had ever been before? What about that? We do it at church all the time. We walk into that church and we become a more powerful version of ourselves than we are on the street. Tell the truth. You do it in church every time. You walk in that church, become a better version of yourself. You walk into that job, you become a better version of yourself. And then when you walk out of that job, you transform back into who you used to be. When you walk out of that church, you transform back into who you used to be. Living your truth right now. So watch this. It's no different than with the narcissist. That person isn't love bombing you. That person was inspired by you. Maybe you were something that person had never been with before. You were something that they had never seen before. You had something that they had never got to experience before. And they wanted to be that version of themselves, but they couldn't keep that up. They wanted to be that version of themselves for you, but they couldn't keep it up. Because that requires work, it requires discipline, and it requires consistency. But most importantly, it requires you to love yourself. They didn't know how to love themselves. You didn't get hurt by love. You got hurt by someone that didn't know how to love. You didn't get hurt by the relationship. You got hurt by what you settled for. So I don't agree with the whole love bombing thing. It's the same thing we do when we go to church, beloved. I want to be better. I just don't know how to keep that up. You walk into that job. You transform to the most powerful version of yourself when you at that job. You don't perform like that out in the world, but you do it at your job. You do it for your job from 9 to 5. You do it every day. So what I'm saying is that when that person came into your life, don't take you out the equation. See, the church is so powerful that it makes you become something different. The job is so powerful that it makes you become something different. And you are so powerful that you made that person become something different. But the something different that they became, they just couldn't keep it up. They couldn't keep it up, beloved. And that doesn't make them a bad person. It doesn't make you a bad person. And here's why I say that. Because that failed relationship led you here. That failed relationship is going to lead you to your greatness. That failed relationship is what God is using to transform you so that you never have to go through that again. I need all of them. I need all the failed relationships, all the heartbreak, all the disrespect, because it transformed me into this version of me so that I can see through relationships, so that I can help other people to never have to go through what I went through. That's what I'm doing right now. And that's what God used you for. He used the narcissist to transform you into something that would save women and save men from pain that you had to go through. Don't erase that. Sitting here just focusing on the narcissist, man, you're going to lose your power. No, every person that has ever been in my life transformed me into something that I had never been before. I gained wisdom. I gained endurance. I gained awareness. I walked out of the relationship smarter than I walked in it. Did I have some wounds? Yeah. Was there some failures? Yeah. Was there some heartbreaks? Absolutely. But I would never give my scars back. I would never give my pain back. I would never give that relationship back to go back to being who I was before the relationship, because I'm infinitely more powerful now. That's what I'm saying. What girl I see, but look, now do you see it through a different filter? Again, I'm not trying to get you to change your life. I'm just asking you to change the way you look at it. You know what? Let me say it this way. And I'm responding to Maywood right now. I'm responding to Maywood. If God walked up to Maywood right now and he said, beloved, anything from your past that happened that you don't like, just tell me. And I'm going to wave my hand over you like this. And when I wave my hand over you like this, that situation is going to be gone. You're going to wake up the next day and you won't even know that situation ever happened to you. There will be no memory of that situation. She says, okay. So he waves his hand over her. When he does that and she wakes up the next day, her life has been altered. It's shifted. Her timeline is shifted. We don't meet. We don't meet. The reason why we met, because she's a vibrational match. She's an energetic match to my pain, my scars, my wounds, because that's how your purpose works. So we don't meet. She's not as strong as she is either. She doesn't have the wisdom that she has. There's so many things that would be missing in her. And that's what I'm trying to get you to understand. I don't want anything removed. I don't want anything changed. I don't want anything altered, because that's how you get to unconditional love. I tell you guys this all the time. You cannot hate your way to a life you love. You cannot hate what happened, but then love who you become on the other side of it. Jazz, what's up, beloved? Tierra, what's up, beloved? Come on, Tara, you gotta love every chapter of the book. And the cold part about damn, the book ain't even finished yet. Can we finish the book before we judge it? That's what God is saying. Can we finish the book before we judge the book? We sit here judging the book ain't even finished yet. You only on chapter 20. You got 1,000 more chapters to go. Ellie, what's up, beloved? It's just a hero's journey, beloved. We're all on the hero's journey. All of us are on the hero's journey. There's not a single person in this live stream right now that's not currently on the hero's journey. The goal is to become the hero in your own story, not somebody else's story. Not the hero in your kid's story, not the hero in your family story, the hero in your story. Can you become that for you? Can you get dressed in the morning for you? Can you go to the gym every day and eat clean and work out for you? Can you take yourself to the spa or to the barbershop or whatever you need to do for you? Not for how you go look in the eyes of other people. Not so what people are going to think about you. Not what they're going to say about how banging your body has become. Can you do it for you? See, life changes when you start moving through life and doing things that make you happy, doing things that bring you peace, not for them. See, I tell you guys this all the time. You are the most powerful experience that God has ever created. He didn't create you to be possessed by people. He created you to just be experienced by them. You are an experience. No different than when you go to Disneyland. Disneyland is an experience. Las Vegas is an experience. But you are an experience as well. Become the most powerful experience. Become the experience that transforms people when they come in contact with you. Disneyland won't transform you. Las Vegas won't transform you. But you can. And that's what separates you from everyone else. So just become the most powerful experience. I'm an experience. People get to experience me, not control me, not abuse me, not disrespect me, just experience me. And when you disrespect the experience, I take the experience away. Letitia, what's up, beloved? That part right there, Susan. Yeah, all access gone, and that's not. That part right there, Millie, that part right there. That's the best blessing you can give a person is your absence. Your absence will make people appreciate your presence. I can promise you that right now. Anyone that is disrespecting your presence, when you bless them with your absence, it makes your value skyrocket. Instantly, it makes your value skyrocket. And and here's the thing that I want you guys to understand. And this is what God is trying to wake us up to. Why are you hurting you? Why are you hurting you? You're hurting you because of what other people are doing. You're hurting you because of what other people are saying. You're hurting you because this person walked out of your life. You're hurting you because this criticism, this judgment that somebody has projected onto you, you're hurting yourself. You're not hurting them, you're hurting you because you have to assign meaning to what they say, meaning to what they do, meaning to other people's behavior because you are meaning itself. You are hurting you. Your life is neutral, like my finger. If I put my finger up and I ask you, what is this? You're going to say, Coach, it's your index finger. And if I put my finger up and I ask you, what number am I holding up? You're going to say the number 1. And then if I ask you what direction is it pointing in, you're going to say it's pointed up. But the finger never changed, but the meaning did. And the same thing applies to your life. Everything in your life, like my finger, is neutral. It can mean whatever you want it to mean. So when you attach a negative meaning to what's happening in your external reality, even though external reality is neutral, you punish you. You don't punish the person, you punish yourself. You carry the anger. See, the first victim of your anger is you. You're pointing it at them. You want it to be aimed at them, but you're the first victim of it. Somebody walks out of your life. You assign meaning to that. What hurt you is not the person walking out of your life. What hurt you is the meaning you assign to it. What hurt you is the story you created around it. That's what hurts you, not them walking out of your life. Them walking out of your life is neutral, beloved. It was powerless. You give everything power. This finger could mean index. It could mean pointing up. It could mean the number 1. It could mean anything I want. It could mean hook. It could mean anything I want. It's neutral, like your past, future, all neutral. What I say to you, neutral. It doesn't have power until you assign meaning to it. And that's what God is saying. You're hurting yourself by what's happening in your external reality, but external reality is neutral. Nothing has power until you say so. Your relationship has no power. Your job has no power. Your friends have no power. Everyone is just playing the role that you assigned. You are the director, the producer, and the architect all at the same time. Meaning comes from you. Power comes from you, not from the people you add, just you. That's why this is so important. And so, how you know you're still asleep is because you're assigning a negative meaning to something that's neutral, only punishing yourself in that moment. See, and this is what God is saying, get to unconditional love. Can you get there? Because then it won't matter who walks in or out of your life. Then it won't matter if the person, see, and that's what he's saying. He's saying this, everything you're asking me to become, I'm going to battle test. You want to become self-aware? You're going to get battle tested. You want to become emotionally intelligent? You're going to get battle tested. You want to become a millionaire? You're going to get battle tested because you're going to be on the bridge from where you were to where you want to be. And in that gap called the bridge, going to come obstacles, going to come adversity, going to come challenges. I'm telling you now, he's going to challenge you. And let me tell you why he's going to challenge you. Because what he wants to see is if your identity is authentic, if you have really become the person that you said you wanted to be, or if you're going to go back to who you used to be when you get met with a challenge, some challenge or some obstacle or some problem that you didn't see coming. So he's going to test you, I'm telling you. And some of you guys are failing that test. The moment that you get hit with a problem, you go back to being who you used to be. The moment somebody walks out of your life, you go back to being who you used to be. The moment that something don't go the way you think it should, you go back to being who you used to be. He said, you pretending. You telling me you want to become powerful. You telling me you want to become a master of self. You telling me you want to become emotionally intelligent or wealthy. But the moment I hit you with an obstacle, you go back to being who you used to be because that's what your identity is. That's what your identity is. And that's what he's saying. The moment somebody walks out of your life, you abandon yourself. You stop loving yourself. The job lets go of you. You stop loving yourself. This person criticizes you. You stop loving yourself. He said, what are you doing here? How are you going to become powerful that way? If you are only powerful, if you are only loving yourself when life goes the way you need it to go, then you ain't really loving yourself. If you are only loving yourself when the world spins, turns, and revolves how you need it to, then you don't really love yourself. Anyone can love themselves when life is going right. They ain't doing nothing special. Anyone can love themselves when things are going the way you need it to. You're not doing anything special. Can you continue to love yourself when that person walks out of your life? Can you continue to love yourself when that person criticizes you? Can you continue to love yourself when that person judges you unfairly? Can you continue to love yourself, or will you keep abandoning yourself so that people can come into your life wearing the wounds, wearing the face of the wounds that you keep creating within yourself? Period. I'm battle tested. I don't give a damn who come. I don't care who leave. I focus on the entryway. I'm not focused on the exit. The exit is lined up with people. I'm not worried about who's standing at the exit. I'm focused on who's coming in the entryway. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Somebody walks out, I'm still loving me. I'm doubling down on the love of me. You walk out of my life, I'm doubling down on my love. You disrespect me, I'm doubling down on the self-respect. You show up small in my life or be inconsistent or whatever the case may be, I'm doubling down on my discipline and how much I show up for me and how much I love me. That's what it means to be battle tested. So when he throws different things at me, he knows that this is my real identity. I'm not pretending. See, that's why a lot of you guys are losing, because you studying the self-awareness and you showing up to the lives and you taking the thought of the days and you doing all of this stuff. But the moment that life throws you a curveball, the moment that God tests you, you go back to being who you used to be. You respond from your old identity, not from the new identity. And what he's saying is that where'd that version of you that you've been building go? Where'd that version of you that's been coming to the lives for over a year? Where'd she go? Where'd he go? Where'd that version of you that's been studying all this self-awareness, where'd they transform into? Where'd they go? Let me give it to you the way I know you can't miss it. Let me give it to you in the way I know you can't miss it. I want you to imagine that you've been taking martial arts for a whole year. good. And, you know, you getting all the different belts and different things like that. You've been studying martial arts for an entire year. And one day you go out to a bar, you by yourself. You're not bothering anyone. You just go to have a good time. You had some time to kill. So you said, I'm going to just go up here and have a drink. And so you did. When you get to the bar, you order your favorite beverage and you just kind of sit there watching the sports game, not bothering anyone. But there's a couple guys at the end of the bar. And this one guy comes over and you can clearly see that he's intoxicated. It's clear. And the guy starts talking to you and being disrespectful, and you just tell him several times, hey man, I'm just trying to have a good time and, you know, just watch the game. But he's being so disrespectful to you. He spilled the drink on you and all this other stuff like that. So you and the guy end up getting into it. And the guy beats you up bad. And so you go back to your master. The next day you go back to the karate school. And you tell your master, you all upset at your master. Because you're telling your master, man, this doesn't work. He said, well, where'd all that training go? All that martial art, all the kicks and the punches and the footwork and all this stuff, where'd all that go? As soon as that guy put his hands on you, you went back to being who you were before our paths ever crossed. Where'd your training go? And that's what God is saying. He's saying when you're having all of these different situations and circumstances and problems and everything that's showing up in your life, which version of you are you bringing to the moment? Where'd your awareness training go? Where'd that self-mastery go? Where'd the whole year and a half of emotional intelligence go? Where'd all that go? How is it that these things disappear the moment that you get hit with a challenge, the moment that you get hit with some problem, some obstacle, something that you weren't prepared for? Life throws you a curveball. Where did it all go? Where'd that version of you disappear to? You went back to fighting how you used to fight. I saw the tape. That's what your master is telling you. I saw the tape from the bar. I didn't teach you any of that. I don't know where you learned how to fight like that, but that's not what we've been working on the last year. I didn't teach you any of that. Where'd you learn that? And that's exactly what God is saying. The moment that he tests you, you go back to being, and he's sending you small tests. It might be a traffic situation. It might be somebody criticizes you on social media. He's sending you small, you fail in the small ones. We ain't talking about anything big, just fell in the small one. And you guys see me do it every day. You see me up here every day. People come in this chat and say some of the wildest things to me. Doesn't mean anything to me. It means nothing to me. My training takes over. My awareness takes over. Mastery takes over. Takes over the whole moment. So I don't need to defend anything, right? I appreciate that gift too. I appreciate that gift for the person that sent me that earlier. I appreciate that, beloved. Rocco, I appreciate you. Do me a favor real quick, you guys, and share or repost a live to your stories if you haven't already done so, please. But you guys understand what I'm saying? Rashawn, I see you. Tracy, I appreciate you, beloved. All right, let's get busy getting busy. Yeah. Oh, you're so welcome. You're so welcome. You're so welcome, beloved. You're so welcome. See, you cannot enter kingdom consciousness while carrying your old identity. Kingdom consciousness is what you're looking to tap into, because kingdom consciousness is with only 1% of the people. You don't have to be rich to tap into it. You don't have to come from wealthy parents to tap into it. It has nothing to do with your upbringing. It has nothing to do with your trauma. It has nothing to do with anything you've gone through leading up to this moment. So we're going to eliminate all of the excuses as to why you can't achieve it. You cannot enter kingdom consciousness while carrying your old identity. Your identity is everything you call yourself. It's your history, your name, your childhood trauma, your ego, your programming and conditioning, and your wounds. See, this is why true enlightenment always requires death. Not the death of your physical body, but the death of the identity you built around your wounds. See, you enter kingdom consciousness by subtraction, not by addition. You cannot be born into what's higher while insisting on remaining who you are in this moment. Let me say that one more time. You cannot be born into what is higher while insisting on remaining who you are in this moment. Every time that something good happens in your life, you thank God. But the moment that a challenge or a problem arises, you don't thank him for that. Let me say that to you one more time, because this is the part that I don't want you to miss. Every time that something, oh, thank God, I'm so happy, thank you, God, and all that, you do all of that. Every time something good happens in your life, you thanking God. But the moment something bad happens, the moment some problem comes, some challenge comes, some obstacle comes that you weren't prepared for, but you don't thank him for that. That's what's testing your awareness. That's what's testing your emotional intelligence. Those are the moments that he's using to build you. Beloved, he can't build you from the birthday parties. He can't build you from the barbecues. He can't build you from the parties and the going out with your friend. He can't build you from that. What you think he building you from? Think about what I'm saying. What do you think he builds you from? We talk about this all the time. Problems are God's way of asking you to become the solution. He's asking you to become the solution to the problem, because the problem is going to elevate you into a different version of yourself once you get on the other side of it. But then we running from the problems and ducking the problems. We praying to him to take the problems away. No, the problems are what's going to transform you. That's what he's saying. The very thing I'm sending to transform you is the very thing you keep running away from. Now you got all this praise when things are going the way you need it to. See, I don't thank God for the things that's going the way that I need them to, because that's just called alignment. I thank him for the challenges. Thank you for giving me something that's going to test my awareness. Thank you for giving me something that's going to allow me to become stronger. Thank you for giving me an obstacle that's going to allow me to become a more powerful version of myself. I'm more focused on that. Because anybody can thank and praise him when things are going the way you need them to. That's ain't nothing fancy about that, beloved. There ain't nothing special about that. But you don't give that same energy. See, this is why I said, again, I'm just trying to get you to change the filter that you see in your life through, because that's part of what's hurting you. Everything that he's sending to build you, you praying for him to take it away. And then you ask him to become powerful all in the same breath. I want to become the most powerful version of myself. He sent you some challenges. Ooh, please take it away. He confused, like I'm confused. Which one do you want? You want the easy path, or you want to become something powerful? Because if you want to become something powerful, the path is not going to be easy to that. Aquarian goddess, you see what I'm saying, beloved? So he's saying, see, and that's what I need our Mindset Masters family to understand. Listen, beloved, listen, I'm telling you, listen, I'm telling you. All of becoming the most powerful version of yourself, that's what you asking God for. I want to become the most powerful version of me. He's saying, wonderful. I'm going to send you what you need to build you. I'm going to send you the challenges. I'm going to send you the obstacles. I'm going to send you the roadblocks. I'm going to send you all of these things. This is what I'm using to build you. This is what I'm using to build you. It's the filter that you're seeing it through that's hurting you. That's what's hurting you. So I'm looking at it like I'm sitting here, instead of me sitting here praying to God for everything that's going right in my life, I'm thanking him for the challenges. I'm thanking him for the obstacles. I'm thanking him for the roadblocks. I'm thanking, because I understand from a 5D consciousness perspective that that's what he's using to build me. He can't build me from the birthday parties. He can't build me from the fancy restaurants. He can't build me from the Ritz-Carlton. He can't build me from the fancy vacations. He can't build, I ain't giving him nothing. I ain't giving him nothing to work with. And then the moment that a challenge comes, the moment that an obstacle comes, I'm praying for him to take it away. But I'm hollering that I want to become powerful at the same time. He's like, I'm confused as hell. I'm confused. So one more time, every time that something happens in your life, you thank God. But the moment that a challenge or a problem arises, you don't thank him for that. 9 out of 10 people have never even entered that mindset, but you're not thanking him for that. The moment you get tested by God, something unexpected, you abandon yourself. We get tested by him and we abandon ourselves. You stop loving yourself. You stop showing up for yourself. When was the last time that something didn't go your way that you thank God for the growth opportunity? Think about what I'm saying. When was the last time that something didn't go your way and you, in the same energy that you put into thanking him for what's going right, you thanked him for the growth opportunity in that moment? Because that's what it was. See, all of the people, watch this, boom, all of the people that come in and out of this chat with all that disrespect, all that calling me all out of my name, that's God's way of challenging my awareness. He said, I know my son ready. I didn't send him. I didn't have people come into his chat and call him everything but a child of God. They didn't call him everything under the book. His awareness is online. He never loses focus, never gets caught up, never gets distracted. Why? Because he asked me to become emotionally bulletproof. He asked me that a long time ago. So I got to send people out him that's going to criticize him. I've got to send some people out him that's going to judge him. I got to send some people out him that's going to call him some things that should cut him like a knife. But that's how that's how I'm building him. Now he can sit there. I can put him in any arena. I can put him on any show. I can put him in any situation, and I know the message will be delivered. That's what I'm saying. So because I personally asked to become emotionally bulletproof, that's what he had to send at me. You understand what I'm saying? Kelly, what's up, beloved? See, what we fail to realize is that God is building you through the challenges, beloved. That's how he's building you. You know, he's building you through the obstacles and the difficulties. Not the things that you can predict, the things that you didn't see coming. See, no internal change can occur without some outdated version of yourself dying first. See, the old me could have never handled this. The old me would have been fighting mad. I'm going to be honest with you. The me that I was before I became self-aware, and somebody would have been in here and all this, I'd have been ready to pull up on somebody. That's the old me. He's like, son, you can't go lead the world like that. You can't go lead people like, you can't, this version of you can't go there. So that version of me had to die in order for this version of me to be born. But what I had to understand was this, that whatever someone is projecting onto me is just a window into their pain. That's the emotional intelligence. It's a window into their pain, a window into their suffering, because you can only give me what you carry. And so if you're projecting pain and criticism and judgment onto me, it's only because you're in possession of it too. So you suffering just as much as me in that moment. Right? So that's why I'm saying to you, when you understand that, you don't get caught up. That part right there, Ellie, that part right there. So one more time, no internal change can occur without some outdated version of yourself dying first. There has to be a psychological death for the version of you that created the life that you currently are experiencing. A psychological death has to occur for the version of yourself that created the life that you're experiencing right now. We ain't talking about nothing physical. It's all psychological. See, this is why so many people pray, yet nothing seems to move. They are still operating as the same identity that generated the reality that they are so desperately trying to escape. Do you see what I'm saying now? All this prayer going on and prayer going on and prayer going on for this better life, but they're still hanging, they're doing it from the identity that created the life that they no longer want to be a part of. They're not changing internally. They're looking for something external to change, but their external can't change because it's out of alignment with their internal. If my internal doesn't change, my external can't change. Why? Because my external is a reflection of my internal. If I don't change here, nothing out here changes, no matter how much I hope and pray. I can pray all day long. Nothing's going to change. I can go to church all day long. Nothing's going to change. Not because God is punishing me, but because my identity, that what I'm praying for and the version of myself that's doing the praying are two completely different versions of me. See, once you pray for something, you've got to transform yourself into the version of you that's capable of fulfilling that prayer, that's capable of manifesting the prayer. So you get the person at the church that's praying for the $1 million, but you're praying from the version of yourself that has $1,000 mindset. You're praying from the version of yourself that has a scarcity lack mindset. But I want the $1 million. With the scarcity lack mindset, I'm gonna lose it all. I'm gonna lose a whole million. I'm gonna lose a whole million because my identity doesn't match that. I'm not vibrating from the frequency of the person that can attract or sustain the $1 million or to grow or multiply the $1 million. I'm not that version of me. But I lack the self-awareness to understand that I'm just praying, thinking that God is going to deliver something to me. But if your external world doesn't match your internal world, he won't give it to you. Not because he doesn't love you, but because you're not an energetic match for what you're praying for. You will never attract what you're not willing to become. That part right there, Kelly, that part right there. So one more time, this is why so many people pray, yet nothing seems to move. People been going to church for 20 years, praying all day long, but nothing is moving in their life. And the reason why nothing's moving in their life, because you're not, the version of you that built your vision board is not the version of you that's capable of fulfilling it. The version of you that God handed your calling to is not the version of you that's capable of fulfilling it. The version of you that sat down and wrote out all your goals and dreams is not the version of you that's capable of fulfilling it. Those are two completely different versions of you. Once I have my goals and dreams, once I have my vision board, I've got to transform myself into the person capable of fulfilling it. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually, energetically, character, discipline, integrity, no procrastination, no excuses, turning every should into a must, making sure that all of my choices and decisions align, making sure that I only All of my decisions align with who I'm becoming, not with who I used to be. I've got to transform me. And now I get that because now I'm an energetic match to that particular thing that I'm asking for. This doesn't cost money. He's not asking you to go spend money. You ain't got to invest anything. You ain't got to buy nothing. You just have to transform yourself. Am I making sense? Are you guys, y'all with me here? Jazz, I see you, beloved. Davocate, love you too, beloved. Love you too. Mr. Enjoy Life, I see you. Becky, what's up, beloved? Oh, you said, you said it really just clicked before you, Tracy, you said it really just clicked for you, huh? Debbie, I see you. I appreciate that, beloved. I appreciate that. Everything just clicked. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying, and that's why so many of us, and if you think about it, it makes all the sense in the world. It makes scary sense. You know, and this is the example that I use all the time, and then I'm gonna get back into the live. The example that I use all the time is this. If you've got a kid, 16 years old, just got his license, right? And you got a brand new Ferrari sitting outside in the driveway. And this kid's never driven a Ferrari. You know, he's been in the minivan, but he's never been in the Ferrari before. The Ferrari is 700 horsepower. And you're on the phone on a Zoom call. And so you can't make it to the store, but you got something that you need picked up. So you give your kid the keys to the Ferrari. Man, that kid is going to hurt himself in that car. He's not ready for that. He can barely handle the minivan. He's just barely able to keep the minivan in between the line. You didn't put him behind the wheel of this 700 horsepower Ferrari? Man, you're going to hurt him. And that's what God is saying. He's saying, right now, you have this minivan mindset. You're not ready for the Ferrari life yet. You've got to transform yourself into a Ferrari person first. Get the training, get your discipline up, get your character up, get your awareness up, work on you. And then I don't have a problem handing you the Ferrari. But if I hand you that Ferrari life with that minivan discipline, with that minivan integrity, with that minivan emotional intelligence, you're going to hurt yourself. And then you're going to turn around and blame me. And that's what I'm saying. God's child, I see you, brother. Yeah, so that's why he has you here. That's why you here. I'm not gonna tell you that now. Because the life that the life that you want, the life that you're praying for, the life that you believe you deserve, and I believe you deserve it too, requires something that you have yet to become. See, there's a version of you right now, in you right now, that you have yet to become. I'm just here to help you unlock that version of you. So that way, and this is why this is so important, so that the discipline is there, the emotional intelligence is there, the self-mastery is there, the character is there, the integrity is there. You're not chasing validation. You're not looking for love outside of yourself. You're not lonely and bored with your life. You have a growth mindset, right? You work on yourself. You go to the gym. You invest in yourself. You do all the things you need to do. So that way, when that life comes, you understand that it's all just a tool. My house, yeah, it's beautiful. It's a mansion, but it's just a tool. My cars are beautiful, yeah, but they're just tools. My clothes are beautiful, yeah, but they're just tools. Your identity doesn't come from your possessions. Your identity comes from what your purpose, right? So that's what I'm saying. So when you become the most powerful version of yourself, you won't look at that. Yeah, you're going to like your house, but you're going to understand it's a tool. You're going to love your cars. You're going to understand it's a tool. What you're going to also understand is that at some point in time, I'm going to get desensitized to these things. I'm going to get desensitized to them. They're just going to be objects in my life, just like the objects in your life right now. See, if you don't like your here and now, you'll never like your there and then. Because the same mindset that's rejecting your here and now is the same mindset that will reject your there and then. It's the same mindset. Same mindset. So if you say, oh, I don't like my life right now, you won't like your other life either. Because the mindset that's saying that I don't like the life that I like right now will never achieve that other life. BHIC, beloved. That part right there, Kelly. Yeah. So I love my life. I love the process more than I love the destination. And that's another thing that you guys have to be up on. You got to fall in love with the process, beloved. You got to fall in love with who you are becoming, because you never reach the destination. There is no end goal with awareness or self-mastery or emotional intelligence, because it's as deep as every ocean combined. You might be at a 1% level. Even if you've been in the game for a year or a year and a half, 2 years, you may be at a 1% level. In contrast to 1 to 100, you might be 1%, 2%. And that's a beautiful thing, because just look at how much more you have to go, right? If you already as powerful as you are right now, and you operate at a 1 or 2%, just imagine what you're going to look like at 20%, 30%, 40%, 50%, and how many miles ahead of everyone else you're going to be, even though it's not a competition. But there'll be very few conversations that you'll be able to have with other people that they'll really be able to keep up with you, because it was never about other people. It was about you being able to climb that proverbial mountain called your life. And as you grow in awareness, as you climb higher up that mountain, your vision is going to change. The higher you get up the mountain, your vision is going to change. The way you see the world will change. And you won't be in a rush to change things, because you'll understand the nature of things. See, you only want to change things at the level of consciousness you are right now. That's why you're saying, oh, I want to change the world and change the world and change the world. You're saying that from the level of consciousness that you're operating from right now. Once you elevate your level of consciousness, you won't be thinking about changing the world. You'll just be thinking about the impact that you're going to leave on the people that you come in contact with. And that's how you change the world. You change the world by creating significant impact on all of the people that you come in contact with. That's how you do it. We only say we want to change the world from lower levels of consciousness. But once you get to higher levels of consciousness, you're going to understand that the world isn't what needs to change. What needs to change is you. And when you change, the way you see the world changes. And then you'll understand what everything is. Let me tell you what I mean. Every person you see is just love wearing a different face. That's it, beloved. There's only one thing. There's only one thing. That's it. Every person you see, I don't care what direction you look in, it's just love wearing a different face. Every person you see is just consciousness wearing a different face. That's all it is. Some people have discovered who they are. Some people are in the process of discovering who they are. Some people are completely blind to who they are. None of that's your problem. But every person you see is just love wearing a different face. You know, and so every person is 8 billion different faces of the one thing. That's all there is. There's just one thing. There's nothing else. There's nothing else to be. There's nothing else to become. It's just one thing. 8 billion different versions of the same thing. That's all there is. And we miss it. We miss it. And that's what's crazy. We miss it. And so when you understand that, you're no longer in a rush to change the world, because you're going to understand that. And it just really changes your perspective. Rock, I appreciate you, beloved. So that's that's 5D consciousness. That's power. That's love. That's you understanding that, you know, you need polarity. You gotta have polarity. You have to have polarity. Nothing gets hurt, beloved. Nothing gets hurt. Energy can never be created nor destroyed. Nothing gets hurt. You're not the physical body. You're not the transportation system. Nothing gets hurt. Oh, coach, what about the person that hurt this person? What about the person that hurt? Nothing ever gets hurt, beloved. This is how we evolve. This is how we become more powerful. This is how society advances. Nothing gets hurt. Nothing has ever been hurt. Nothing gets lost. There are 8 billion different faces of the same thing. Every single person that you see is God wearing a different face. There's only one thing. I wonder will you ever understand that? It's only one thing. And if you think about it, if everyone knew that, there would be no growth. There would be no evolution. Everything would already be perfect. No one could grow. No one would be able to evolve. How could you? There would be no polarity. There would be no resistance. There would just be happiness everywhere, joy everywhere, peace everywhere. It's like when you go to the gym, you have to have resistance or you won't grow, you won't evolve. If everything is at the end, if everything at the gym is easy, if all you got to lift is 2 pounds at the gym, you'll never build your body. You'll never become powerful that way. You have to have the opposites. Polarity is important for evolution. So everything that you think is wrong in life, God's not looking at that. He's using certain people. He's using certain things to advance and evolve this planet. And when you're operating from a lower level of consciousness, you're caught up on like things and people. But when you start operating from 5D consciousness, you're going to understand that everything is just a different face of the one thing. Let's see what we got. Yeah, we got a couple minutes. Let me see. Let me see if I can do this. The universe responds to who you are, not to who you say you are. Tierra, I got you, beloved. I got you. I'll get back. I'll get with you on the other side of the line, beloved. I got you. I got you. Yeah, one more time. The universe responds. The universe responds to who you are, not to say you who you say you are. It responds to the frequency that you radiate without effort. Reality cannot be tricked. It mirrors the essence of your being with surgical precision. So before you can enter a new reality, God will verify that your transformation is authentic and not just cosmetic. That's the part that I want you to understand. Let me say this one more time. Before you can enter a new reality, God will verify whether your transformation is authentic or just cosmetic. He will bring forward certain problems, obstacles that force you to either embody the new identity or collapse back into the old one. Are you the person that really believes that you should get to have this abundant life? Or do you secretly, or are you secretly attached to scarcity? Are you really prepared for love? Or are you unconsciously rehearsing rejection? Are you truly prepared to become the most powerful version of yourself? Or are you only comfortable settling for who you almost could have become? See, God doesn't test you to punish you. He's testing to measure which version of you cling to. Because if you're going to meet the moment with your awareness, with your emotional intelligence, with your wisdom, with your self-mastery, that's one thing. But for most people, they go back to being who they used to be. They respond from the version of themselves that they used to be. That's what the test is for, not to punish you, but to see if you are really authentic or if your transformation is cosmetic. You're doing it to look good. You look good and you sound good. See, and this is why, let me qualify. This is why so many people struggle when it comes to church. Because you're going to church Sunday after Sunday after Sunday after Sunday after Sunday, right? But you haven't transformed. You haven't become the Bible to where you're taking the church out in the street with you to every person you meet. And I don't mean you guys, I'm just talking about the average person. And that's the problem. So what God is saying is that you're not being authentic. Yet you practicing this, but it hasn't transformed you. It hasn't become your identity. And that's the difference. For example, if you merely repeat affirmations without embodying the essence of them, life will expose your cracks. But if you truly change, the same storms that once broke you will confirm your strength. Here's the point not to be missed. Your inner state must match your outer form. And if it doesn't, you'll never get what you desire. No matter how much you pray, hope, or wish, when you truly assume a new identity, not with effort, but with full acceptance, the universe automatically reorganizes itself to match your inner state. And this is what I'm saying with respect to self-awareness, you guys. You have to fully surrender to it. You have to fully accept it. And you have to fully embody it. It's not something that you can practice occasionally and then you set it back down and go back to being who you used to be. And for some of you guys, that's what you pick it up like it's a magazine. And then you set it back down on the coffee table called your life, and then you go out in the world and you're operating from who you've always been. And then you wondering why the transformation isn't happening, because it hasn't happened in you. It's on you, but it's not in you. When you transform internally, reality has no choice but to catch up to that transformation. I tell you guys this all the time. If you walk into your bathroom and you turn on the light and you see that you got a string going across your face, right? You don't try to remove the string from the version of yourself that's showing up in the mirror, because that's not where the problem is. The source of where the string is on you. I have to remove it from me. When I remove it from me, I simultaneously remove it from the version of myself that's in the mirror. And that's how your life is. If I don't change me, I can never change my external reality, because my external reality is only my reflection pushed out. It's only the reflection of all of the outdated versions of myself pushed out. That's all your external reality is. So you don't need to waste time changing your external reality. You need to change the mindset that created it. And then it changes simultaneously. Or it'll never change. And this is why people have vision boards and they have goals and dreams, but you're still the same person. You never transformed yourself. That's why you didn't get what was on the vision board. That's why you didn't get what was on the goals. The goals are still sitting on a poster somewhere in your house. That's why you never received those things. Same thing with the New Year's resolution. This is a great one. See, beginning of the year, everybody, I'm going to get fit, and I'm going to work out, and I'm going to get a new this, and I'm going to get a new that. All that's wonderful. But you're still doing it from the same identity that's trying to escape the life that you no longer love. So you never changed you. So 2 months into the new year, you still go back to being who you used to be. Why? Because you never changed internally. You didn't become the person that was capable of manifesting the New Year's resolutions. You never changed you. That's why your life didn't change. And every year, it's been the same thing, year after year after year after year after year. Same thing. You got to change you, or you're going to continue to attract and manifest what you've been manifesting this entire time. Because here's the key. Between the assumption and manifestation, there's a bridge. And that bridge is never empty. It's populated with contradictions, setbacks, outdated versions of yourself, and events that seem to scream that your dream or your desire is impossible. If you ask for strength, you are given situations that demand courage. If you ask God for abundance, you will first taste scarcity. If you ask God for love, you will experience rejection. See, these paradoxes are not proof of failure. They are the very proof that the bridge is being built. The pain you feel is the dismantling of the identity that can no longer walk with you. That's the only pain you feel, is the version of yourself that can no longer walk with you to who you are becoming. See, this is the hidden order of transformation. First comes the declaration. That's you saying, this is who I'm getting ready to become. That's the declaration. First comes the declaration, then the demolition of the old identity. The tests are not delays, they are installations. Each challenge you face is God running that final diagnostic. And what he's trying to discover is, have you truly changed, or are you just pretending? And if you hold the new identity through the storm, if you refuse to turn back to the comfort of the old you, then reality has no choice but to reconstruct itself around your new identity. And that's the key. See, I got tested and tested and tested and tested on my way to become this version of me. Tested in the light, tested in the dark, tested with criticism, tested with judgment, tested with people walking out of my life, all of these different things, people making stories about me, all of these different things. And in every storm that came, I never abandoned this version of me. See, for some of you guys, you abandoned the version of yourself that you built it. Somebody criticized you, you abandoned this version of you. Somebody disrespect you, you abandon this version of you. Somebody walk out of your life 5 minutes before you were ready to let go of the person, you abandon this version of you. And that's what I'm saying. So what he's saying is that you haven't fully embodied the version of yourself that you've been building. Yeah, I see you studying. Yeah, I see you putting in the work. Yeah, I see you showing up. But the moment that I throw you a curveball, the moment that I throw you a challenge or an obstacle, you go back to being who you used to be. So the transformation hasn't happened. That's why he tests you, not to punish you, but to see if the transformation has really happened. Which version of yourself are you going to identify with? When that challenge, when that obstacle, when that thing happens, which version of you are you going to identify with? Who you used to be or who you're becoming? Let me say this real quick. Joy, I see, beloved. I'm gonna set my mic down right there. Yeah, which version are you gonna respond with? That's the key. Connie, I see, beloved. That's the key. That's the key. That's the key. Boom. Type me, Pastor Tony. What's up, beloved? So good to see you. Type me in the this is all I'm saying, you guys. The transformation has to be internal. It's great that you're doing the live streams. It's great that you're showing up. It's great that you're studying. It's great that you're shadow boxing. It's great that you're doing all of these things. But if the transformation doesn't happen internally, then nothing happened. So what's required? Surrender. There has to be a full surrender. God is waiting on you to surrender, to become the version of yourself that's the most disciplined. Your character is 5-star, integrity 5-star, discipline 5-star, consistency 5-star, no procrastinating, no showing up small, no tolerating disrespect, no walking on eggshells so that you don't lose some person, even though you create a new wound within yourself. I'm emotional intelligence 5-star. Everything is 5-star. Now, once I get to that place of everything being 5-star, I've not spent any money. This is all effort. This is all energy. The transformation is energy, beloved. It ain't like you got to go to the Walgreens or the Walmart and go purchase something. It's all energy. So once I transform myself internally first, there's going to be a lag. Why is there going to be a lag? Because your current reality is only a reflection of all of the choices and decisions that you've made leading up to this moment. So there's going to be a lag there. It's going to take some time before reality catches up to the new identity and the new version of yourself. So now whatever is on your vision board, you can attract it, you can create it, you can manifest it. Now, whatever you praying to God for, he's going to send you. And that's what's so important. And so, but he's going to test you. He's going to send some challenges. He's going to send some obstacles. He's going to send some things that you did not see. Thank you so much, beloved. He's going to send some things that you did not see to test whether or not you are fully ready and prepared. Be prepared for the test. Stop focusing on what you want. Stop focusing on what you need. Stop focusing on what's missing from your life. Focus on the fact from this moment moving forward, you can't pretend that you didn't hear it. From this moment moving forward, focus on the test. They are coming. Just a key, I see you, beloved. Focus on that test. And before you respond to anyone, before you react, pause, because the pause is where your power is. Give your awareness time to get online. Give your wisdom time to get online. Give your emotion. You don't owe anyone anything. You don't owe anyone a response. You take your time answering people. You don't need to answer every call and every email just because somebody wants you. Somebody else's emergency is not your emergency. What's urgent for them is not urgent for you. Your life belongs to you. Now, you don't get to control your life and mine at the same time. You got to let people know that. Just because you racing and rushing to get something done has nothing to do with me. Now, if you need something from me, we're going to move at my pace, or we won't move at any pace at all. Which one you want? So that's why I'm saying, you take your time and you let people know. I'll get back. Give me an hour. I'll get back with you. Give me 30 minutes. Give your awareness time to kick in is what I'm saying. Give your emotional intelligence time to kick in. Give your self-mastery time to kick in. Because if you answer too quickly, you're going to answer from ego. You're going to answer from your pain. You're going to answer from your wounds. That's what's going to be responded. So you got to give your awareness time to kick in. When you're new, right? At some point in time, you won't need to do that. Alana, what's up, beloved? At some point in time, you won't need to do that. But for right now, you will. You got to let people know. I'll get back with you in a second. I'll call you back in a minute. Somebody needs something from you. Give me a minute to think about it. I'll call you back. That part right there, Kev, that part right there. Yeah, and if it's something big, exactly what Kev just said, let me sleep on it. I'll get back with you. But again, your life belongs to you. You got to move it at your pace. Because people will make their urgency your urgency. They'll make what's important to them become important to you. And then the moment that you get your life is yours to control. You can't hold the steering wheel of your life and mine at the same time. Right? Silver CEO, what's up, beloved? Yeah, so that's all that is. All right. Type me in the comments real quick if this is your very first time on a live stream with me. Type me in the comments. Ellie, what's up, beloved? I see you. Nephi, I see you, beloved. I see you, beloved. I see you. I see you, beloved. That part right there, Pastor Tony, like, yeah, you have to move at your pace. But like I said again, you guys you're going to be challenged. If you're on this awareness journey, mastery journey, emotional intelligence journey, just the journey to become the greatest version of yourself, you are going to be challenged. Be prepared for the challenge. And what God is, he's not challenging you because he doesn't believe you deserve it. He's not challenging you or testing you because he doesn't love you. The test is coming to see if you go back to being who you used to be, or if you respond from your awareness. Because if you start responding from your new identity, if you start responding from your awareness and your emotional, your whole life getting ready to change. I'm telling you now, your whole life gonna change. When you become that version of yourself, where all you doing is responding from the awareness and from the emotional intelligence and from the mastery, it's game over. Because now you've changed internally. Some of you guys have only changed externally. You can quote the awareness, and you can quote this, and you can quote that, and you got all the fly quotes in your mind, and you got all of that. But that's external. I mean, that's external. We need it internal, where it's just a part of your identity now. Like the bridge to who I used to be has been blown up. I can't even cross that bridge if I wanted to. It's been demolished. I can't get back over there even if I wanted to. It's that whole Genghis Khan mentality. It's just, I can't go back to being who I used to be. Not because I'm afraid, not because, I don't want to go back through that life again. The bridge is blown up now. Ain't no turning back. I'm on this side for life, for the rest of my life at least. And that's what I mean by surrender. But all of that came from surrender. So if you don't surrender, and that's what God is waiting on. He's waiting on you to surrender. Some of you guys have one foot in the door of who you used to be and one foot in the door of who you're becoming. And let me tell you why you got one foot in both. Because you're trying to wait to see what it's going to look like. You're trying to wait to see the results. You're trying to wait to see what the outcome is, right? It's not going to work that way. He sees everything you're doing. He knows that who you are in the dark and who you are in the light. He knows you haven't made the full shift, the full transformation. Now, he sees you putting in the work. He sees you showing up. But he also sees who you transform back into. So he knows you can convince me because I don't see who you become in the dark, but he's seeing that. Because you said no pretending. No, I love it. Nah, yeah, he ain't gonna bless who you pretend to be. That part right there, Jessica, he is not gonna bless who you pretend to be. Yeah, so do me a favor real quick, you guys, and I told you guys this the other day. When you think about that manual transmission car, you got first gear, second gear, third gear, fourth gear, fifth gear. You got the clutch. You have to literally put that car in first gear, second gear, right? That's how you shift the car. First gear has a capacity for a reason. It can only get you so far. Second gear has a certain capacity. Third gear has a certain capacity. Fourth gear has a certain capacity. And your identity literally works the same way. Some of you guys are in first gear, you have a first gear mindset, but you want a fourth gear quality of life. And it doesn't work that way. You're not shifting out of first gear. You got to become, you're a first gear type of person right now, but it's time for you to become a second gear type of person, third gear type of person. And the third gear version of you is different from the second gear version of you. It's different from the first gear version of you. They're all different. More emotional intelligence, more discipline, more character, more integrity, more consistency, more showing up. But if I stayed the first gear version of myself, but I'm sitting here watching people that have a fifth gear quality life, I'll never get it. I'll never attract it. And it doesn't matter how much I pray. Doesn't matter what's on the vision board. See, your vision board is a reflection of a fifth gear caliper mindset. But you're the first gear version of yourself. But the version of you that you have to become to attract what's on your vision board is a fifth gear version of you, not the first gear version. And then we wonder why we didn't get it. Why I didn't get the blessing? Why God doesn't bless me? Why doesn't you ain't the person you need to be that's on that vision board? The mindset that you have is not capable of creating what's on your vision board. That's what I'm saying. Not that you're not worthy, you're not deserving, you're not, it has nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with your worth. It has everything to do with the person you currently identify as, because your identity currently has a certain capacity. And we talk about your past. You don't need to heal from your past. What you need to understand is that your past is just expired information from an outdated version of yourself. That's all it is. Don't give it more power than that. Don't give it more significance than that. You don't have a past, you have a memory. You don't have a future, you have a projection. And that projection is always based on who you are in this moment. And your future will always change because you will always change. You'll always want something different because your circumstances will always become something different. Again, you don't have a past, you have a memory. You don't have a future, you have a projection. There's only this moment. What you call the future is just the present moment imagined. What you call the past is just the present moment remembered. There's only this moment. I see you, beloved. I see you. I see you. Real quick, you guys. You BH, I see you, beloved. Yeah, I wish they did. I wish they did. I wish they did. I wish they did. Real quick, you guys, do me a favor, real quick, you guys, and type me in the comments if this is your very first time on a live stream with me. I apologize if I missed you. Golden Orchid, what's up, beloved? I apologize if I missed you earlier. Yeah, he sent the right one. I'm gonna tell you that right now. He sent the right one. I'm all motor. Said your first time sitting all the way through. Awesome, beloved. Awesome, 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 awesome. All right. For anyone that's new to the platform, welcome all first in. Golden Orchid, I see, beloved. Welcome all first and last time listeners. My name is Jordan Williams. I am a certified life coach. I specialize in self-awareness, self-mastery, emotional intelligence, 5D consciousness. My specialty in life is just helping, my students and clients to unlock the most powerful version of themselves, right? That's my area of specialization. It's in every person on this live stream has a different purpose. We were all created to do something very specific. My purpose is to help you to discover yours. We're going to discover your passion along the way. We're going to discover your purpose. Your passion is for you. Your purpose is for the world. Your purpose is what you give away. Your purpose is just your fruit. I'm giving my purpose away right now. You don't charge for your purpose. Your purpose is just what you give away, right? But my passion is coaching, right? And so, it's important that because people ask me that all the time, coach, if you're so rich, if you're so this, why do you get on social media and just talk to people for free? Because self-awareness is service. Period. Love is service. Period. Tell me what day of the week it was when God charged you to have access to him. For as powerful as he is, tell me what day of the week it was when he charged you to have access to him. So if the creator of the universe can give himself to you for free, if the creator of all things can give himself to you for free, who am I to not come on here and do the same thing? See, when you serve, there's no depression. When you serve, there's no unhappiness. When you serve, there's no fear. When you serve, there's no anxiety. That's why you do it. That's nothing to do with anything else. When you are serving, there is no pain. There is no trauma. Because to give is to receive. It's humanly impossible for you to give and not receive at the same time. So when I'm being a blessing for you, I'm receiving a blessing as well. I'm just getting it in a different form. Because every time you give something, you receive something at the same time. You've never given anything to a person and not received something as well. What you receive is internal. You receive the feeling. They receive the blessing. But the feeling is more powerful than the blessing could ever be. It's the feeling that you get when you help someone that was in the dark, when you help someone to get to the light, when you help someone to become self-aware or emotionally intelligent. There's a feeling associated with that you can't buy at Rolls Royce. You can't buy it at Mercedes Benz. You can't buy it at the mall. And so that's why I'm saying to you, self-awareness is service. Love is service. Service is what you are. We are here to serve. Why do I suffer, coach? Because you don't serve. You only serve the people that look like you. You serve the people in your inner circle. You serve the people that you like. That's why you suffer. See, I serve everyone. It doesn't matter what color you are. Everyone gets the same energy, the same attention, the same focus, the same love. You don't ever, why? Because color only exists in your mind. It doesn't exist in reality. Color doesn't exist outside of you. So it makes no sense for people to walk around and be racist and prejudiced towards other people. You're showcasing your lack of self-awareness. You're showcasing your lack of emotional intelligence. Color is created by your mind, not by reality. Outside of your physical body, color does not exist. Color is something that your mind gives to the electromagnetic waves, but the waves themselves are colorless. Energy is colorless. There's no color. Color comes from you. And so when you fully understand that, Google it if you're struggling with what I'm saying. You can trust Google, right? You can trust GPT, right? Color doesn't only exist in your mind, beloved. It doesn't exist anywhere else. So when people are like, oh, I don't like white people, I don't like black people, I don't like fill in the blank, I'm like, you're showcasing your ignorance. And then you got the audacity to call yourself smart. What are we doing here? I'm just asking, what are we doing? Everyone is energy, beloved. Everything is energy. It's all just energy. I understand the fact that your eyes lack the ability to see reality as it is. You can only see reality as your mind allows you to see it. And your reality is a projection of your assumptions, your expectations, and your beliefs. That's it. That's all. What's a belief? A belief is just a thought that you've entertained with such repetition that it has crystallized in your mind. It doesn't make it real because you believe it. It only makes it real to you. And that's why we don't see life as it is. We see life as we are, because we're seeing it from our belief system. We're seeing it from our assumptions. We're seeing it from our expectations, not God's, just ours. That's why we suffer. You don't see things as they are. You see things as you are. All right. Yeah, everything is just energy, beloved. It's just the most mind-blowing thing in the world. God is like, y'all ain't got no sense down there. Y'all ain't got no sense. Everything is energy. Y'all sitting here fighting over color. Everything is energy. Y'all sitting here got all these prejudices, all these assumptions, and all this anger going on, and all this clicks going on. Everything is. Anyways, for anyone, type no in the comments real quick if you are not currently signed up in my exclusive coaching community. Type no in the comments if you are not currently signed up in my community, please. I only want the people to say no that are serious about taking their life to the next level. If you're not serious about taking your life to the next level, don't worry about it. Ellie, I love you too, beloved. Oh, Barnes and Noble, beloved, Barnes and Noble. But you can also get it in my link tree as well, and that'll be delivered to you through Lulu. But Barnes and Noble, I would say as well. Either you can go through my link tree and get it, or you can get it through Barnes and Noble. If you just type in Jordan Williams, The Secret of Awareness, um, it'll pop up for you. Yeah, Ellie, it's been a blessing, beloved. It's been a blessing. So for anyone that's new to the platform, again, welcome. My name is Jordan Williams. I'm a certified life coach. I specialize in self-awareness, self-mastery, relationship mastery, emotional intelligence, 5D consciousness. I am also the best-selling author of this book, The Secret of Awareness. How powerful are you ready to be? If you're not currently signed up in my Mindset Masters community, and if you are serious about taking your life to the next level, the Mindset Masters community, it's very simple. It's a community of like-minded individuals. Some of my students have become very powerful coaches. Some of my students have become authors that have books published on Amazon as we speak. Some of my students have become content creators. Some of my students are out changing the world right now as we speak. It's a very beautiful thing. And what's crazy about it is that they didn't come into the community looking to become authors, looking to become coaches, looking to become content creators. That was not their goal. But you're going to become so powerful that you won't know what to do with that power. And so that power is going to need an outlet. That outlet might be speaking engagements. It might be creating content. It might be you becoming a life coach, writing a book, creating digital products. You're going to want to figure out, how do I get this power out of me, and how can I help other people go that may have experienced what I've experienced before in the past. You're going to have that problem. I'm telling you now. And that's the most beautiful problem in the world to have. That just might be the most beautiful problem in the world. If ever there was a beautiful problem, this might be the one. When you can have somebody come into your life and help you to become so powerful that you don't know what to do with you, you become that powerful. You don't know where to sit that power down. So that power needs an outlet now. That's what I'm saying. That's what you're going to become. That's a beautiful problem to have. I stand on top of depression. I stand on top of anxiety. I stand on top of fear. I stand on top of doubt. I stand on top of imposter syndrome, right? I stand on top of these things. See, everything that used to bother you has to be beneath you. That's the goal. Mindset is everything. Your mentality creates your reality. Your attitude determines your altitude. Yes, you are both masterpiece and work in progress, but the masterpiece side of you is already complete. The work in progress side of you has to catch up to the masterpiece that you already are, which means that we've got to help you heal your pain, help you heal the trauma, help you heal your wounds, help you heal your shadow, help you heal these things. And then you become whole and complete, meaning I'm just the walking, talking masterpiece. So the Mindset Masters community comes with 2 life coaches, 1 executive coach. I'll be the coach that'll be coaching you 100% of the time. Also, you're going to have access to all of my live streams, like the one you're watching right now, over 100 episodes with respect to that. So you can pause, you can rewind, you can take notes, you can extract all the value from the live streams. You're going to be a part of a community. You're going to be a part of a family. You're going to be a part of a part of a community where people are out here literally changing the world, not talking about changing the world. It's get in the game, get out of the bleachers, get in the game, because the puzzle piece called you, every single person on the face of this earth is just a unique puzzle piece in the puzzle that is God. Your puzzle piece needs to become activated. No more lying dormant. No more excuses. No more procrastination. No more one-day stories that keep you stuck in your comfort zone. It's time for you to become powerful. That's it. That's it. That's it. Yesterday's mindset won't build tomorrow's empire. I can tell you that now. So if we don't start the journey now, if we don't start the process now, when are you going to start it? The best time to start was yesterday. The second best time to start is right now. Right? So again, 2 life coaches, 1 executive coach. You're going to have access to all of my live streams. You're going to have access to my podcast. You're going to have access to what I'm going to be writing for you every single day. When you get signed up today, you're going to get a copy of my book, The Secret of Awareness, How Powerful Are You Ready to Be? You're also going to receive a copy of my e-course, The Fearless Mindset, which is amazing. So you get the book today, you get the Fearless Mindset today, you're getting the community today, you're gaining access to like-minded individuals that are out here changing the world. You are gaining access to my podcast, and all of that is $29 a month. No contracts, no obligations. I'm cheaper than all of the coffee you purchased in the last 2 months. I'm more powerful than the therapists that you are going to or considering going to, and you're getting ready to become so powerful that your therapist will be taking notes from you. So what you guys are going to want to do is copy and paste. Tara will put the link up, and then you guys can get signed up if you're ready. If not, beautiful, beautiful, always beautiful, always beautiful, always beautiful. Yeah. So what you guys are going to do is copy and paste that link that Tara has pinned to the screen. Copy and paste that link, hold it down for like 3 seconds, put it inside your browser, and then it will take you to the community to get signed up, and then you guys will be ready to go. And then boom, that's it on that. Again, copy and paste that link, put it inside your browser, and then it'll take you to the community to get signed up. And then you guys will be ready to go. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. My pleasure, my pleasure, my pleasure, my pleasure, my pleasure. So how many of you guys that are not currently, again, not currently signed up in the Awaken program, how many of you guys are interested in like getting a book out or writing your first book? Again, we have a bunch of people in our community that are already published authors on Amazon. And so what I'm looking to see is how many people are not currently signed up in the Awaken program. Let me know if you're not currently signed up. Type no if you're not currently signed up, because cohort 4 starts on Wednesday. Again, cohort 4 starts on Wednesday. So if you're ready to share your story, your knowledge, your never again story with the world, you know, Awaken is an 8-week activation accelerator that will definitely get you there, right? That's the whole purpose of the, pin that up there, what Silver CEO has up there for me, beloved. Cohort 4 starts October 7th, you guys. So Awaken is an 8-week activation accelerator and investment in yourself that helps you align your identity, your story, your voice, your wisdom, and strategy so that you can finally move from awareness into aligned execution, right? The book, the AI literacy, the digital products, the visible assets, the income opportunities, and the financial confidence are all just byproducts of the program. Awaken is the bridge from awareness to clarity, to structure, to execution, and to income. And you know, so this will be the container that helps you give language, structure, and movement to the purpose that has been living inside of you this entire time. It's time. Some of you guys have a bestseller in you right now. Some of you guys are carrying generational wealth with you from moment to moment. Your story is your generational wealth. Your pain, your trauma, your shadow, the abandonment, the failures, the heartbreak, all of these things is your generational wealth. You know, so, and here's the thing, Coach, I've never written a book before. Wonderful. Coach, I don't know how to start. Wonderful. Coach, I don't know what to do. Wonderful. We don't need you to know anything. Right? That's the whole purpose of the program. Everything that you don't know, we're going to teach you. We're going to walk you all the way through it until you get to until you own Amazon. published author. You know, and for some of you guys, so I need you guys to understand that. So I'm going to give you guys the phone number so that you guys can text the phone number, and or you guys can direct message. Where's Coach Deborah at? You guys can direct message Coach Deborah. Pastor Tony, man, you gotta get a book out there. He's too powerful. He's too powerful. Man, he gotta get a book out there. Let's put Silver CEO up there. Because you guys, Silver CEO, you want me to have them message you directly, beloved? Yeah, so for you guys signing up for the free masterclass, you can text. Let's pin that one up there for the free masterclass with the phone number, so that way we'll do it like that. Tara, put what Alana just put up there for me, beloved. And then we'll be ready to go. You said it won't pin. Okay. So what you guys can do is direct message. Okay, so you might be able to do it that way. Okay. So text that number awaken, you guys. Text that number awaken to text that number, then type awaken just as you see it. When you type awaken just as you see it, it's going to send you a link, right? It might take a couple seconds for the link to come. So, but because so many people are signing up right now because we're streaming on multiple platforms, but it's going to send you a link. Once it sends you that link, if you're in the UK, Ellie, DM Silver CEO directly, and she'll tell you how to get signed up. But again, copy and paste. I mean, text that number and then type awaken just as you see to that number, and it will. Just hit up Silver CEO directly. She'll get you lined up, Ellie, and then you guys will be ready to go. And you guys are going to absolutely love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Are there any questions that I can answer for you guys before we get out of here, before we disconnect? A great live today, you guys. Again, welcome all first and last time listeners. I'll celebrate you all in this moment. Go out today and be powerful. Go out today and be powerful. Yeah, if you are out of the country, DM the Silver CEO directly, and she'll tell you exactly how to get signed up. Ellie, you going live today? Oh, I got to see that. Jessica, send me a message, beloved. Yeah, send me a message. Send me a message. Jessica, I appreciate you, beloved. Okay, you guys, I will see you tomorrow. Stay powerful, stay prayed up. And I'll put the information from the community from today's live I'll put the information from the community from today's live in the community, you guys. Other than that, stay powerful, stay prayed up. I will see you guys tomorrow.